Live from Bishop Garrigan High School, the Class 1A boys basketball playoffs begin tonight. It's a matchup we've been waiting for since 2016 as the West Bend-Mallard Wolverines visit the Bishop Garrigan Golden Bears. Good evening, everyone. Tyler Lance with you here on Hometown Radio, KLGA, and the Algona Radio YouTube live stream, as video on the YouTube stream is brought to you by Algona State Farm Insurance agent Billy Offerman, Algona Municipal Utilities, High Endeavors, and Kemna Auto Center. And what a matchup we have tonight. We've seen it on the football field before, but now we are bringing it onto the hardwood. It's the 10 and 11 Golden Bears and the 9 and 11 Wolverines battling it out for tonight, trying to advance onto the next round of the playoffs and keep their season alive until Thursday night. We'll have a big evening of action ahead. We'll hear from both coaches ahead of tonight's game with Bishop Garrigan head coach Mark Meister and West Bend-Mallard head coach Jerry Zaug. They are coming up next on Hometown Radio, KLGA.
The sports season is upon us, and we're here to help make it the best one yet. This is Shane Meschke, physical therapist at Kossuth Regional Health Center. Don't let sore muscles, tightness, aches, pains, and injuries get in the way of achieving your goals. Our therapy staff is here to help you get back to peak performance. Working closely with the doctors and healthcare staff, we take a team approach to create a recovery plan personalized for you. Along with sports medicine services, KRHC also offers family medicine, 24-hour emergency care, x-ray services, and more. Good luck to all our area athletes this season, and remember, KRHC will be here for you.
And we are getting set for high school basketball action tonight on Hometown Radio KLGA, as it is the Bishop Garrigan Golden Bears against the West Bend-Mallard Wolverines. And right now we're joined by boys head coach Mark Meister. Coach, first of all, thanks for joining. Let's start with a quick recap of the end of the regular season. Obviously, you guys played a couple close games last week against North Iowa and Hampton-Dumont Cal. So just overall, how do you recap last week and where your guys are at heading into the playoffs?
We were really shooting for a better seeding, finishing it out with, more wins than we got. Obviously, we put ourselves in the situation to win those games. Number one, that made us very happy. But losing those games, we kind of put it on the shelf. And from, the start of November to now, if you go back and we're 0-0, and now we're 0-0 with the playoffs, is how we're treating it. We're a much better team. It's going to be a much more difficult team to defend, I believe. We're firing a little bit more on all cylinders with the offense. We've kind of started to cut the turnovers down. I think moving forward, if, certain guys in certain moments kind of step up in ways maybe they haven't, I think we're going to be a tough out in tournaments. That's the goal right now with everybody. That's how we feel. So hopefully that's true.
And, Coach, down the stretch of the regular season, we really saw Carter Schwab really start to come into his own here, putting up some great scoring numbers and really just improving his game as the season has gone on. Having him playing like he's playing right now, in what ways do you feel that really opens up the offense?
It's kind of wild. As a coach, you hate to say, I've been around it a long time. My father coached for 40+. My brother coached. Now I'm coaching. I don't know if I have seen or talked about a freshman just increase how well they've played after, he's kind of had some early season struggles. And the second half of the season, it's been unbelievable. I mean, he shot 62% from the field. He shot 30-something% from three. The free throws are around, I'll say he's pushing 70%. So to go from where he was to where he's at now, we're a whole different team. And I think if anybody was at the Hampton game, he was sick. He doesn't come out the third quarter. We've got a big lead, and the lead just evaporated. And, once he got back in there running the guard, and then Jack gets to run out and do what Jack likes to do, it's just helped loosen it up for everybody. There's a little less pressure where certain guys before were asked to do a little more, maybe in areas they didn't want to. Now he's coming up, setting the offense. We're getting into it quicker. He's shooting the three pretty well, so the lane isn't as packed up as it was before. So I think everybody's benefited from that, and it's been amazing to see him do that. I'm really impressed.
And, Coach, obviously, having Schwab around is one of the big differences from last year. But another difference as well, last year had a lot of guys who were making their first playoff starts, maybe guys who really didn't have a whole lot of playoff experience. But now they do have that 1 year under their belt. They're a little bit of a different team this year. So I guess what specific areas do you feel the team's a little bit different in this year compared to maybe where they were last year heading into the playoffs?
Well, I think last year we were fighting to be in games. The second half of that season last year, we were almost 500 basketball, but we were fighting to be in the game, to have it single digits. That was the goal every game. Well, this year our goal was to win those games. So the record is basically about twice as good as it was last year right now, but we have been leading these games or ahead or right there, and we just haven't closed some games. So now that we're battle tested, we've done that. I hope moving forward that we've been put in those situations, we're able to do that. I think that part of what happens with playoffs is you need to have those moments during the regular season, and obviously we've had a lot. Our goal was 12 to 15 wins. Regular season, right now we're at 10. So the games we gave away, I mean, a 1 point, an overtime, a 3 point, another single point one I can't remember. But sure, if you say we won those 4, now the record looks totally different because you're taking away 4 losses and adding those to the win column. So this is a team that has done those things, and I think it's going to benefit moving forward. And like we said, we're 0-0 right now. I mean, that's the way we're treating it. So hopefully the boys seem like they're bought in on that and feel good about where we're at.
Coach, for tonight's game, you have West Bend-Mallard coming to town. So have you had a chance to look at the Wolverines at all and just what stands out about them?
Actually, it started this summer. They came to we ran a camp at our place, and they actually came to it. And obviously the Fair Twins are very impressive. We watched them this summer when we were doing that camp, like I said, just how athletic they are and things they can do on the floor. And then those other guys are filling in really nice for them. They obviously ended the season winning games, so they're coming in feeling pretty confident with their winning streak. Maybe it's 3, I'm not sure. So we're going to have to limit those two. That's obviously going to be the number one thing with them. Can we keep them off the boards? Can we keep them from scoring? Don't let them get out and do simple things, make them do more difficult basketball things, maybe that they're not comfortable with. But that will be the key to the game, is what we think moving forward, what we've talked about, what we practiced, and probably going to have to mix and match some defense. It's going to be interesting to see what they come out in. They like to go man. They like to go a 2-3, but they put one of the Fairs up top, and he kind of hunts the ball. It'll be interesting to see if they do that with our post play or if they put him down low and say, we're not going to allow some of your bigs to get points in here. So it'll be interesting to see what their coach, Jerry, does tonight to try and combat some of our stuff. So we've looked it over. We've talked about it. We've got a few different options, and hopefully those things that we've worked on, we understand the heat of the moment, trying to make adjustments and, talking about it during a timeout. So we think we've covered all the bases.
Well, Coach, we're looking forward to seeing tonight's game. Thank you very much for joining today, and best of luck in tonight's matchup.
All right, thank you.
That is Bishop Garrigan head coach Mark Meister, as we'll take a timeout and bring you closer to tip-off next on Hometown Radio KLGA.
Welcome to Premier Pizza, the place to go when you're looking for delicious pizza and Mexican selections, all in a fun, casual, and accommodating setting. They want to thank their customers for coming to their restaurant in the best way they know how, by making sure that your experience there is the best it can possibly be. They never forget that each person has a choice in where to dine and feel privileged each time you choose Premier. Come by Premier Pizza and prepare to be amazed.
We are getting set for the start of the Class 1A playoffs. It's West Bend-Mallard against Bishop Garrigan tonight here on Hometown Radio KLGA, as right now we are joined by West Bend-Mallard head coach Jerry Zaug. Coach, first of all, thank you very much for joining today. Could you start our listeners off with just an overall recap of your guys' season and how you've gotten up to this point?
The seasons went just about to where we kind of had hoped. We finished the season 9-11. We wanted to get over the double-digit victory mark, but we didn't quite make that. We let a couple games close games slide away from us, but the effort's been there every game. We were in most games. There's only 1 or 2 that at the end of the game that we didn't have the chance to get back and actually win the game.
And, Coach, every team wants to be playing really good basketball at the end of the season and heading into the playoffs, and you guys did end the regular season on a 3-game winning streak, so what were a couple of things that you saw going well for your guys during those final 3 games of the regular season?
We actually just took better care of the basketball. 2 of the last 3 teams pressed us, and we only averaged about 7 turnovers those 2 games, and it was really impressive that we were down 1 man for those 3 games, Jackson Zaug being out, and everybody kind of rallied around and stepped up their game, and a couple guys come off the bench and gave us quality minutes while he was out.
And, Coach, you're getting tested on a pretty nightly basis over in the Twin Lakes Conference. A lot of good boys basketball being played there. So can you speak a little bit on how playing that Twin Lakes schedule prepped your guys to get rolling in the playoffs and face some tough competition?
Oh, most definitely. I mean, there's good players all the way up and down. There's a good to great players on every team, and they score from different variety of ways. There's good posts. There's good 3-point shooters. You got to be able to send your defense out the 3-point shooters and also be able to play good post defense. They just make you improve your game every night, and you never know what kind of team you're gonna face that given night.
And, Coach, starting off the playoffs in this game, you guys make a nice short road trip over to Bishop Garrigan High School to face the Golden Bears. So have you had a chance to look at the Golden Bears at all, and just what stands out to you about them overall?
They're kind of, what I've noticed, kind of a mirror image of us. They got the post player in Fogarty and Nemmers, and then they have the decent outside threat from the guard position. They play really good defense. I think it's going to be a really, really good game, and I hope everybody enjoys it when they come see it.
Coach, when you look at the Golden Bears, like you said, definitely some similarities between the two teams. When you talk about their physicality and a couple good post players, as you mentioned, how do you try to deal with that physical element that they bring to the game?
We like to play physically as well. I mean, with the Fair Twins and Zaug in the middle, and we're just going to kind of come in there and play our good fundamental basketball, and hopefully we can play good enough defense to slow them down and keep them in front of us when they try to drive the basketball.
Coach, as we wrap up for today, what do you feel are one or two of the biggest keys to victory in tonight's ball game?
Being able to, the main one's going to be knocking down the open 3-point shot. The games that we've been most successful in is when we went inside and was able to kick the ball back outside, and we were able to knock down those open threes. To have any chance of winning on Monday night, we're going to have to be able to knock those threes down.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, thank you very much for the time today, and best of luck in this ball game.
Thank you very much.
That is West Bend-Mallard head coach Jerry Zaug here on the pregame show. We will take a timeout and bring you closer to tip-off coming up next on Hometown Radio KLGA and at the Algona Radio YouTube live stream.
Having the advantage makes all the difference. At PMC Advantage Insurance Services, we give you the advantage. We offer insurance coverage for your auto, home, farm, crop hail, commercial, life, individual or group health, and bonds and annuities. We are here to make sure you and your belongings are properly covered. We have over 50 companies offering insurance in all 50 states. Our offices are conveniently located in Algona, Burt, Corwith, Garner, Sway City, and West Bend. You can also find us at our website, pmca.agency, or call 515-295-9433. Stop by one of our offices today and see what we can do for you. PMC Advantage Insurance Services, a Pharmacist Mutual Insurance Company.
At Iowa State Bank, many of their employees use the skills they learned as student athletes to help their customers succeed. That's why they provide recognition for special accomplishments, like playing in the state tournament as the proud sponsor of state tournament t-shirts. Last year, they proudly sponsored t-shirts for the Algona Bulldogs and the Bishop Garrigan Golden Bears as they made several state tournament appearances. Good luck to our student athletes as they compete on the field and in the classroom. From Iowa State Bank, helping students succeed. Member FDIC.
Sports Boosters bringing you this broadcast.
Dump it. They do the dirty work so you don't have to.
Greg Penning and Company, certified public accountants, where everyone counts.
Neil Albert Electric. Flip the switch to Albert Electric.
Chemco Tires. They're all you need to know about tires and service.
Tom Eischen Sales, your store in the country. Highway 18 west of Algona.
Algona Plumbing and Heating, where a good flush always beats a full house.
Grassmasters, growing satisfied customers.
Trend Salon, your complete family hair salon. It's all about you.
All bringing you this broadcast on the radio.
More Sports Boosters bringing you this game on the radio.
Erpelding Boyd & Company, CPAs. They're not just about taxes.
Iowa Lakes Community College. Your community, your college.
Erpelding Excavating for all your drainage and excavating needs.
AK's Chrome Kitchen. When you come in, your family.
Stroman Family Dental, giving you something to smile about.
Jake Ingalls Electric. Shockingly good service.
Phil's Auto and Truck Repair, getting you back on the road.
Algona Frame and Auto Body, a total commitment to excellence.
All bringing you this game on the radio.
For the first time since 2016, it's the West Bend-Mallard Wolverines and the Bishop Garrigan Golden Bears in boys basketball. Good evening, everyone. Tyler Lance with you here for this Class 1A playoff game, joined by Beanie Bodie here. And Beanie, what a matchup tonight. Two teams that love to go at it on the football field, on the baseball diamond, everywhere else, and now they finally meet on the basketball court.
Good evening, Tyler, and I am shocked to hear you say they haven't played against each other in basketball since 2016. These two schools are neighbors right down the road from each other, and this is the first time they've met on the hardwood since 2016. It's going to be a fun one and a little extra spice to it since it's a tournament contest and winner is done for the season. This game, I think, will be very hotly contested.
No doubt about it, as Bishop Garrigan has the starting lineup: Jack Grangenet, Aiden Hovey, Carter Schwab, Drew Fogarty, and Logan Nemmers. For West Bend-Mallard, it's Noah Gerber, Max and Sam Fair, Mitch Stevens, and Jackson Zaug. At midcourt, it's Nemmers, as he will go up against Sam Fair. Nemmers at 6'5", Fair at 6'3". It's Fair elevating and winning the tap, and we are underway from Bishop Garrigan High School. West Bend-Mallard in the purple uniforms head from left to right on the radio dial, and the entry pass into the paint is picked by Fogarty. An early Wolverine turnover. Hovey picks it up near half court, finding Nemmers. Golden Bears, the #2 offense in the top of Iowa West this season at just under 66 points a game, trailing only Lake Mills. Grangenet running point, bouncing it left onto the wing to Fogarty. Fogarty to the foul line. Hovey's pass is picked, and here comes Max Fair, streaking up the court, finger rolling and scoring. 2-0 Wolverines.
Well, both teams get a look at each other. West Bend kind of sets up a zone on that first set. They extend it all the way up to the top of the key, and kind of a 2-1-2 look. 2-3 goes into a 2-1-2.
West Bend-Mallard giving up about 55 points per game defensively. They're scoring just over 56 offensively as Grangenet passes right to Schwab on the wing. Schwab has heated it up lately as he heads across the foul line, dribbling with the left, attacking to the glass and scoring it. Carter Schwab tying it at 2.
He breaks down that zone by penetrating the lane, draws defenders, and he just has a knack for finishing around the hoop. Very strong freshman.
Down in the near corner to our left, it's Jackson Zaug as he comes out top to Stevens. Flings it over to the right to Gerber on the wing. Now Max Fair, far side of the court. Fair flips it near side back to Stevens. Now on the wing, it's Gerber. Tried to pass it into the lane. Hovey with the knockaway. Wolverines get it back. Fair working the baseline. Fair flings it to Stevens. Now out to Gerber. Launches on the 3. Missed it right. Rebound is tipped in the lane, and it pinballs to Max Fair. It rolls up his leg, and it is out of bounds. It'll stay with West Bend-Mallard here as it was last touched by Garrigan.
There's a hotly contested rebound, and I think rebounds are going to be a key factor in who's going to be the victor in this contest for sure.
Max Fair inbounding, he wears number 10. Sam Fair wears number 15 as Sam Fair collects the inbounds pass. Short corner jumper off the front of the cup, chased down by Zaug on the rebound. These are two ferocious rebounding teams as Garrigan, #1 in the top of Iowa West in rebounding. West Bend-Mallard, #1 in the Twin Lakes. Zaug dishing outside to Max Fair, slicing into the paint, rising for a jumper. Tough shot, and he got it to drop.
Boy, you can see the elevation of Max Fair on that jump shot. He can really get up over the defenders and create some shots there in the paint.
Grangenet has it 2 minutes into this ball game. First match between these teams since 2016. Prior to that, they hadn't played since 2009 as Nemmers comes to Hovey, cutting into the lane. Oh, gives it right back to Nemmers, and he lays it in for 2.
Oh, that's good passing by the Bears. Quick passing like that will break down a zone defense pretty quickly.
Fair to Fair underneath. It's Sam Fair for the ball. Power dribble and the score.
Oh, what a nice pass by Max Fair. You can see that. I believe he was the quarterback on the football team. Well, he can deliver a pass right there. That was a beautiful pass to Sam Fair underneath.
Max Fair throwing to his tight end, Sam Fair, was something that was definitely seen during the football season as Fogarty tried to feed Nemmers inside. Sam Fair was fronting him, and the ball's out of bounds.
Oh, the Bears try to equal a nice pass with another nice pass. Andrew Fogarty had a great idea just right off the fingertips of Logan Nemmers.
Wolverines have it. Zaug over to the far side as he finds the junior Stevens. Back up top to Max Fair. Max Fair averaging 11.5 points per game, picks the ball up the ground. Stevens comes left to Gerber, top of the key. Gerber back into the far corner. Stevens rising for a long jumper, and it's an air ball as Nemmers comes out the board. Here's Schwab, some good pace into the front court. Schwab has been on fire as of late. He's gotten a season scoring average above 10. He'll rise for a 3, pops out of the cup, and Sam Fair has the rebound. Here comes Fair up the near side. Fair into the corner to Max Fair. Max Fair slicing, gets cut off, comes back out to Sam Fair at the foul line. Over to the right to Zaug, now down into the short corner Steven. Zaug on the right wing, launches a 3 and swishes it.
Well, well-timed shot there. I was just about to say, it looks like Sam and Max are going to do most of the ball handling and the scoring, but a beautiful shot from the perimeter.
9-4 West Bend-Mallard. Nemmers in a sandwich, scores over the top. That'll make it 9-6.
Nemmers is an X factor for Garrigan. When he can score like that inside, he's got the height to do it.
Max Fair on the wing, flips to Sam Fair in the paint. Goes right at Fogarty with a physical move, powers it in for 2.
Boy, he is a tough player for anyone to defend. Fogarty doing a nice job there keeping vertical and not picking up a foul. He wants to push that tempo.
Sam Fair has 3 straight double-doubles. That coincides with West Bend-Mallard's 3-game winning streak to end the regular season. Hovey at the foul line feeds Nemmers in the lane. Nemmers putting it up and scoring. We've got a physical big man battle going on early.
Yeah, Nemmers turned and put the shoulder into Fair, and neither player wanted to give any ground. Good no call by the officials on that play with a lot of contact.
Neither team backing off the early pace, 3:40 on the clock. West Bend-Mallard up 11-8. In the short corner, it's Zaug, rises for a jumper over Nemmers. That one is way long and tracked down by Hovey. Now it's Schwab bringing the ball across half court, finds Grangenet along the perimeter. Fogarty posting up inside against Zaug. Fogarty flips it up the right, missed it. His follows up, and they'll wave it off. He put it in, but they will call the foul on the floor, as Fogarty wanted his 2, but it'll be on the floor.
Fogarty was pumped, thought he had an and-1 situation there, and I thought he might have too. It was hard to get that foul on the floor. That one was an interesting one to review in Let's Make the Right Call. No segment like that in basketball, Tyler. We could save that for the football season where we hear from Coach and official John Bartolo on You Make the Call, but there's too many calls in basketball to do a You Make the Call.
Yes, we'd be here all night if we did that. As Schwab flips it into the near corner to Hovey. Landon Montag, the junior, off the bench for West Bend-Mallard. Entry pass knocked away, right back to Hovey. In the corner, Grangenet. Head fakes, onto the right wing, Schwab. Back in the near corner, down to our right to Grangenet. In front of a big West Bend-Mallard student section that's made the trip, as Grangenet brings it back out top. West Bend-Mallard has the jersey night going. Garrigan has the neon theme over in their student section. As Nemmers in the high post, down to Fogarty. Ball is popped out of bounds. Last touch by Drew Fogarty.
A lot of physicality going on down low. Not when the player has the ball, but when they're jockeying for position. That time, Fogarty really trying to get some space cleared out in there, but West Bend not giving any ground. Boy, like you said, Tyler, big student crowd tonight from West Bend-Mallard as well from Garrigan. This is going to get exciting as we go.
Going to be a great environment here inside the gym as there's 2:49 on the clock, quarter number 1. West Bend-Mallard up 11-8. Max Fair working against Hovey. Into the corner to Stevens, now back to Fair. Comes left to Sam Fair, now down to our left to Zaug. Zaug in the lane, trying to find Montag, and he overshot him as Hovey has the ball. Here comes Schwab, jogging it across half court. Schwab drifting towards the near side. Schwab is shooting 59% from the field over his past 4 games as Fogarty comes out to Drew Mahler just checking in. Tried to find Hovey in the high post, was bumped from behind by Jackson Zaug, and that'll be foul number 2 on West Bend-Mallard.
Zaug and Hovey are two of the many players that are not going to give up any ground, and the official whistles an away from the ball foul just to make sure neither of these teams start pushing too much, trying to get position.
2:22 on the clock. West Bend-Mallard leading Bishop Garrigan by 3. Schwab has it near side in front of the Wolverine bench, wants to attack off the dribble, blows a tire, and there's a travel.
He's definitely trying to create, trying to drive against that zone. He was going to dish it at the last second to a post player. I believe it was Aiden Hovey on the block. And if he just would have held his feet, it was going to be a beautiful assist. But as it is, Zaug is going to take it out, and West Bend's going to see if they can break down this man-to-man defense.
Max Fair coming near side. Sam Fair screens for him. He rolls. Max Fair has it to the foul line, bouncing it right to Stevens. Now back over to the left to Fair. Sam Fair will screen again. This time he'll get the ball top of the key. Sam Fair given a few inches of space by Fogarty. Rotation around the perimeter to Montag, now back to Fair. Fair left of the lane, lost the ball, it's out of bounds, and who touched it last? It was last touched by Fogarty.
Well, everyone disagreed there, except the official was the closest one on the scene, and he says it stays with the Wolverines.
1:52 on the clock, into the corner to Zaug, tries again, and this time he drained it. Three-pointer Jackson Zaug makes it 14-8. Zaug's been shooting 19% on threes this year, but that one was true. And the Wolverines taking an early lead in this ball game. Nemmers down in the corner to our right. Now finds Schwab with just over a minute and a half left in quarter number 1. Ryan Noonan getting set to check in at the next stoppage for Garrigan. Mahler, left wing triple on the way. Left it a little short, and a contested rebound by Max Fair. Outlets to Sam Fair behind the defense, and he puts it up and in for 2 more.
Good fast break transition run on the floor. There are the Wolverines. And that's going to force the Bears to call a 30-second timeout just to stop the momentum.
30-second timeout. West Bend-Mallard up 16-8, and it's the Fair brothers making big-time plays. Of course, Sam Fair, like we said, the tight end on the football team, catching passes from Max Fair's twin brother, but Sam Fair is someone who averages just over 16.5 points per game, and boy, those two, they're athletic, they're physical, and they're big. It's tough to guard by Garrigan.
Yeah, they are tough matchups. I'm sure they have been for everyone all year. I haven't seen the Wolverines, but boy, I would not want to play against Max and Sam Fair. Good communication and great athleticism. The Bears have an offense, but no one's looking to shoot the ball. They seem reluctant to get those shooters open. They're bringing in Ryan Noonan. He's instant offense. He won't pass up a shot. They need him to get in there and start putting the ball in the hole. Fogarty's calling for it. Schwab's taking to the hole. Hovey's calling for it, but the defense for West Bend-Mallard just not letting them get shots, and no one's really creating.
Schwab running point. Like you said, Noonan onto the floor for the first time. The Bishop Garrigan senior looking at Schwab. Schwab shovels it to Noonan. Frosch off the bench, fires a three, left it short. Sam Fair has the rebound. It got poked out of his hands, but goes right to Montag. Sam Fair is one of two players in the Twin Lakes averaging a double-double, along with Bennett Smith of Storm Lake St. Mary's. Now Sam Fair has it, right in the lane, took a wide angle and hit it off the side of the backboard. Mahler fighting for the rebound, and it's peeled away. Great hustle by Stevens, finding Sam Fair, and he draws the foul. That was pure hustle in that possession by West Bend-Mallard, as that looked like all Drew Mahler on the rebound before Stevens came in.
Well, Drew Mahler definitely had it, but Stevens was a surprise, and suddenly he turned around. He was right there, snatched the ball. Heads up play by Stevens, and now it's going to get Fair to the line.
First foul shot a little bit short.
Now the Bears come in as a team that scores a lot of points, so only being held to 8 points here in the first quarter. It's going to be a big wake-up call for this against this West Bend team from the Twin Lakes Conference.
Bishop Garrigan's had at least 13 games this season of 60-plus points, trying to add to that total tonight. But like you said, slow offensive start, as there's an over-2 trip to the foul line by Fair. Noonan has it with 37 seconds on the clock, down into the near corner to Hovey. Fogarty in the post, right side, kisses it off the window for two. He attacked Zaug and got the deuce.
Fogarty has been calling it for all game. He wants that ball tonight.
Top of the key, Montag flinging it over to the right to Stevens on the wing. Shot clock is off, 19 on the game clock as Max Fair now collects the basketball up top. Flipping it left to Stevens, now 15 seconds on the clock. Montag back to Stevens of 12, over to the right to Max Fair of 10. Max Fair looking for the Sam Fair screen, heads left around it, looking for space against Hovey. In the corner, Montag catches, fires, swishes. 19-8 West Bend-Mallard, three-quarter court heave by Schwab, but the horn is short. And what a start by the Wolverines. They come out roaring on the road to a 19-10 lead over the Bishop Garrigan Golden Bears, right here on Hometown Radio, KLGA.
Sports Boosters bringing you this tournament broadcast.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. Agents Dave Beisch, Jason Brace, Daniel Foth, and Michael Toll.
The Water Connection, from softeners to bottled water and service. Call 295-SOFT.
Dance Connection by Michelle, passionate about teaching, creative about dance.
Redding Gravel and Excavating, serving Algona and the surrounding area since 1948.
Johnny's Bar and Grill in Wesley, all you can eat roasted chicken on Tuesday nights.
Baskey Sales and Service of Bancroft.
Bob Becker Construction and Wesley Lumber.
Central Financial Services, where you belong.
All bringing you this game on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
At Kemna Auto Center, they understand that you have no shortage of options when it comes to purchasing or servicing your car. They're your hometown dealer for new GM, Ford, and Chrysler makes and models. Plus, they also offer an extensive selection of pre-owned vehicles. Serving you with a dedicated sales and finance team, along with world-class service technicians that are passionate about keeping your ride in top shape. Visit their showrooms today for an experience you deserve. Kemna Auto Center in Algona.
Start of the second quarter here on Hometown Radio and at the Algona Radio YouTube live stream. West Bend-Mallard 19, Bishop Garrigan 10 as the Golden Bears have the basketball to start the quarter. Corner pocket three, Fogarty, and he finds the bottom of the net.
Fogarty has not gone to the three-pointer much this year. Boy, he swishes that, makes it look easy.
Zaug attacking inside, rolls off the rim. Rebound is peeled away. Fogarty has it. Stevens got hit in the face. Up to Hovey. Hovey in the lane. Swatted by Sam Fair. Goes right into Noonan's hands. Left to Fogarty. Now top of the key to Schwab. Keeping it away from Stevens. 30 seconds into this quarter. 19-13 West Bend-Mallard. Wolverines have come out. They have matched the Golden Bears' pace and physicality early to garner this 6-point lead. Schwab flipping it into the corner to Noonan. Baseline Hovey. Bangs into Zaug. Offensive foul.
Nice job by Zhao getting in position and taking the hit and hitting the deck. Hovey didn't hit him much, but it was good enough to draw that charge. Nice defense there by the Wolverines. What a great start to the quarter by Fogarty. Hits that three, gets a rebound, finds Hovey streaking down the floor. That was going to be a big momentum swing until that great block by Fair.
Fair in the corner, tried to throw it into the lane, got knocked away, but West Bend-Mallard keeps it. Stevens comes over to the left, and a three ball's up and good by Noah Gerber, answering right back.
Oh, Gerber gives a fist pump. He's playing with confidence.
Gerber, one of the three seniors in the West Bend-Mallard starting lineup, almost a steal from Fogarty, throws it into traffic. Hovey elevates and catches off the window, and he scored it. Hovey keeping the ball out of trouble, makes it 22-15.
What a great play through lots of traffic by Hovey.
Montag down into the corner, finding Stevens, launches a three and swishes a three. Wolverines are heating up from beyond the perimeter.
Tyler, what was the pregame scouting report? Can they shoot that well from three-pointer? They are lights out right now from three-point land.
Not really. They're about a 25% three-point shooting team this year, 9th of 12 in the Twin Lakes, and a lower percentage than Garrigan, who has struggled on threes, but early on, they have the hot hand. Noonan left of the lane, outside to Fogarty, with 6:10 on the clock. Fogarty launches, left it short, and the rebound is taken by Stevens, and a foul on the rebound. But the big thing is Wolverines are taking good looks from three right now. They've had some open, in-rhythm, catch-and-shoot type looks that have worked very, very well.
Yeah, they're swishing them. They are certainly hot. Here comes Grand Jeanette in the game. Going to give Hovey a breather. Jack Grand Jeanette, great defender, very aggressive, good ball handler. We'll see if he can give a spark here to the Bishop Garrigan pace.
Stevens flips it left to Gerber, finding Zaug, edge of the paint against Noonan. The cutting Fair catches the pass, comes top of the key to Montag, picks it off the ground, rises for three and hits. The Wolverines are making it rain triples.
Another three-pointer. Wow, here comes Schwab, gonna come up the floor. Bears are down 28-15, gotta stem the tide here somehow.
And all the energy is coming from the near side of the gym right now. The Wolverine crowd is going crazy in the background as Mahler elevates for a jumper. He put it in, but the foul was called before the jumper, as that'll be on the floor. Foul number 3 against West Bend-Mallard, and Sam Fair picking it up.
Boy, that was a foul on Fair. Neither team anywhere close to foul trouble right now. Muller would rather not get fouled there because he made the bucket. He'd rather have ignore that push.
Fogarty in the post, goes to work and puts it in with the right hand. That'll make it 28-17. Wolverines still have a double-digit lead. This is a really good group of athletes. Had a playoff win in football this year and trying to put it all together on the basketball court for a postseason run. Baseline, Sam Fair. Grand Jeanette swats it away. Out of bounds, last touch by Grand Jeanette.
Nice defense there by Grand Jeanette. Fogarty had him on the baseline, had him pinned, and Grand Jeanette snuck around underneath and got a hand on that ball.
Montag to set things in motion, looking and lobbing it into Zaug beyond the perimeter. Nemers has come into the ball game for Bishop Garrigan. On the left wing, Gerber down to Fair in the post, seals off Fogarty, but it got blocked a little bit from behind. Fogarty got a finger on it, and here comes Grand Jeanette. That ball smacked off the glass.
Yeah, what a play by Fogarty. Good defensive. You know, they got to keep going to the senior Fogarty. He just took a shot in the face once a call.
Inside to Fogarty, now back out to Schwab. Lets it fly. 3 ball short, and Zaug rips down the rebound. Here comes Gerber. 4:50 on the clock. Fast-paced game so far here in the second quarter. Zaug with it, jumps and passes up top to Gerber, penetrates into the lane, attacks, he got it in the foul. Foul called against Nemers, and the finish by Gerber with a chance for a 3-point play.
Yeah, Nemers certainly didn't mean to foul. One of those accidental fouls. He's standing straight up, but Gerber's driving hard. He elevates, leaves his feet, he bumps into Nemers and picks up the blocking foul. Chance for a 3-point play. Score is 30-17 here. 4:40 to go in the second quarter.
Wolverines have really fearlessly gone inside as Gerber converts on the 3-point play, and it's 31-17.
Well, there's good news for both teams. Good news for the Wolverines is they are hot, and they're up 31-17. Good news for the Bears, it's only 4:40 in the second quarter, and there's a lot of game left, but they are down 31-17.
Schwab, top of the key, flings it over to the right to Grand Jeanette. Fakes and comes up top to Fogarty. Rotates to Noonan, corner to Schwab. Schwab sidestepping and surveying the zone. Now up top Noonan. Catches, fires, and the 3-ball misses left. It's tipped up, the tip misses. Ball is out of bounds, and it will stay with Garrigan.
And Noonan slaps his hands. He's a great shooter, good jump shooter for the Bears. They brought him off the bench. He's kind of instant offense. He's having trouble getting his shot going, but just keep shooting, young man. It'll warm up.
Now here's Schwab with 4:21 on the clock. Try to find Fogarty, center of the paint. Ball got knocked away briefly. Shovels it to Nemers. Nemers puts it up, and he puts it in.
That was great defense by the Wolverines on Fogarty, but it found Nemers underneath. A good assist by Fogarty.
Into the near corner, Stevens passes up the 3, looking for room in the lane. Now back into the corner, Gerber shoots it again. This time it's an air ball on the 3, and Nemers has the board. Under 4 minutes to go, quarter number 2, Schwab gives it to Noonan, down into the post, Fogarty going to work. One dribble, off the window at a tough angle, and he got it.
Andrew Fogarty is not going to let his team go down tonight. They got to keep getting him the ball. He's playing great.
Wolverines break the press. They find Zaug underneath, and he lays it in for 2. Garrigan threw a press at them. Zaug just leaked out, and he'll make it 33-21. Zaug's been averaging about 6 points per game this year, but he is on an early scoring tear. Grand Jeanette reverse layup, and he got it for 2, 33-23. Wolverines on top, full court press still in effect. Zaug spins away from Noonan, finds Montag. Up the court, Stevens runs into Fogarty, and a foul. Foul against Fogarty, and that'll be number 5 on Garrigan.
Fogarty's going to get called for the push there. That was a fun play. Fogarty got behind the defender, so he was right there when he came down with the ball, and there was a little bit of a collision. The ball came loose. That's a tough call for the Bears. A bad break.
Top of the key, Stevens, as he bounces it over to the right to Gerber. 3:10 on the clock, 33-23. West Bend-Mallard, who has come out, and they have dictated this game early inside of the Bishop Garrigan High School Gymnasium. Max Fair in the far corner, out top to Stevens. Over to the left to Zaug as Nemers closes on him on the perimeter. Zaug finding Montag, fakes right, rises for a 3, left it short. Rebound knocked away from Gerber, still loose, it rolls out of bounds. Last touch by Garrigan, as it'll stay for the Wolverines.
Wow, there is not going to be an easy rebound all night. All the guys in there battling for the ball. Nemers had a hand on it, Fair had a hand on it, Montag crashed the boards. No one's cherry picking, everyone is crashing the boards.
Wolverines are averaging about 36 rebounds per game. They're grabbing 14 offensive boards per game. Tons of second chance opportunities. As Zaug's in the corner, his free ball's off the heel, knocked away by Schwab. It volleyballs out to the top where Max Fair has it. Comes left to Stevens, down into the corner to Sam Fair with Schwab defending. Jumps and passes to the baseline to Stevens. A dangerous throw, but Stevens collects it. Across the foul line, bouncing it to Zaug. Got past Nemers, and then Grand Jeanette picked his pocket. What a steal, but on a travel. Grand Jeanette slid on the ground as he picked it up, and he got to his feet for the travel.
Man, I have to watch that one again in instant replay. I don't know how Grand Jeanette came up with that steal. I didn't even see him, and suddenly there he was with the ball. He just came in and swiped it. And, yeah, gets called for the travel, slipped on his feet a little bit. Otherwise, he would have had a run-out layup. But the Bears have trimmed the lead somewhat. It's a 10-point lead now for the Wolverines.
That was like a baseball slide going underneath the tag is what Grand Jeanette did, as Gerber catches left of center, right down the center of the lane, puts it off the glass and scored it. Gerber went right down Broad Street for 2.
Oh, Grand Jeanette came out with aggressive defense but paid the price because Gerber blew past him.
Oh, Nemers open under the basket, off the fine from Noonan, puts the touch in for 2 points. Good recognition as Nemers has 10 points. 35-25, down to the baseline, Sam Fair, power dribble, blocked by Hovey, but a foul. Fair claps his hands, he's pumped up, and he'll shoot 2.
Oh, even though he got called for the foul, that was a fun play by both young men. Fair goes up with reverse layup. Hovey comes out of nowhere, gets a block on that thing, gets called for the foul. But you know what, Tyler? Good foul. Make Fair earn it at the line.
30-second timeout. We'll take this quick PSA on Hometown Radio, KLGA.
When you go home, you'll feel good about what you did, and you know you're doing it for the kids. If they don't have us, they don't have these games.
Sam Fair heading to the free throw line for 2 shots. As West Bend-Mallard leads Bishop Garrigan 35-25, and now it's 36-25 as Fair converts on the first one.
That foul went against Hovey. He now has 2 fouls. Only player on the floor with any significant fouls.
Fair missed it left. Nemers snatching down the rebound off the missed free throw. Not a ton of free throw attempts yet for how much the ball's been taken inside by both teams. They're letting this game be physical, and it has created an enjoyable atmosphere tonight as Hovey pump fakes. Hovey in the lane. Hovey rises. Shot got tipped on the way up. Nemers tried to keep it alive. Fair in the corner. Stepped out of bounds as Garrigan will keep it.
There's a good opportunity for Garrigan. Set up this out-of-bounds play. Got this 11-point lead, 11-point deficit if you're the Bears. Set up a good play here, get a bucket underneath. There's Hovey.
lobbing it into Nemers along the perimeter. Now Grandjeanette just to the right of center. Over to Schwab. Schwab attacking. Schwab blows the tire, and the shot is no good as Sam Fair has the rebound. Up the court, Grandjeanette knocks the pass away from Stevens. Boy, Grandjeanette made a saving play there to get back on defense and rescue Bishop Garrigan from giving up 2 more.
Yeah, you don't give up any easy transition buckets. Both teams have been taking advantage of some easy buckets in transition, pushing that tempo.
Max Fair looking, threads it into Sam Fair, knocked away from behind by Hovey with the quick hands.
Nice execution of the play. Hovey recovers and knocks that ball away just in the nick of time. Great play by Hovey.
Drew Fogarty comes into the game. Carter Schwab heads to the bench with 1:37 on the clock. West Bend-Mallard leading Bishop Garrigan by 11. Wolverines have played a gauntlet of a schedule this year over in the Twin Lakes Conference. And they feel it's made them battle-tested for the postseason. Max Fair, corner pocket tray. It misses. Ball's tapped out of bounds. Last touch by Zaug.
Yeah, Logan Nemers had good position, but Zaug elevates up over the top, knocks that ball out of bounds. Goes for Bishop Garrigan. A minute and a half left in this half. Jack Grandjeanette will bring the ball up the floor, the senior guard.
Grandjeanette bringing it across half court. Less than 1.5 minutes to go in the half. Down to Hovey on the block. Hovey flings it up. It rolls off the rim, and Fair elevates for another rebound. He's been averaging about 11.5 boards per game this season. Zaug along the perimeter far side, finding Sam Fair. Goes to work against Fogarty. Missed it off the window. The tip misses, and Grandjeanette tracks down the rebound. Here he comes with a full head of steam into the front court. 1:06 on the clock. Grandjeanette working against Stevens. Bounces left to Noonan. Sets himself for a three-pointer, and he finds the bottom of the net.
I knew he'd hit one of those. He's 1 for 3 now. Let him keep shooting here. Cut this lead before half. If the Bears, Wolverines can run plenty of clock should they choose.
47 seconds on the game clock. Stevens against Noonan, bouncing it left over to Gerber. Hands it off to Zaug. 40 seconds on the clock. Zaug takes a couple dribbles and flips it left to Stevens. Stevens across the lane, back into the near corner to Zaug. Nemers guards on the perimeter. Max Fair, mid-range jumper, and he knocks it down. Great shot by Max Fair.
Just excellent patience by the Wolverines, doing some weave, keep their offense moving. Eventually they get their shooter open. Well played. Nice basketball by West Bend-Mallard.
20 seconds left in the quarter. The shot clock is off as Hovey has it top of the key. Wolverines lead by 10. Grandjeanette in the lane, gets cut off by Zaug, finds Fogarty in the corner. No look pass to Noonan with 9 seconds. Grandjeanette top of the key with 6 seconds, with 5. Driving in, Nemers shields off the defender. Grandjeanette's floater misses of 2. Rebound Max Fair. 3-quarter court heave, and that one will hit off the shot clock at the buzzer. I'm surprised they didn't knock the shot clock down with the force that came in at. And that'll make it 38-28, the score at halftime. Well, an entertaining game so far, a fast-paced game, and still 16 minutes of basketball action left from the Bishop Garrigan High School Gymnasium. West Bend-Mallard leading Bishop Garrigan by 10 on Hometown Radio KLGA and the Algona Radio YouTube live stream.
More sports boosters bringing you this game on the radio.
Erpelding Boyd & Company, CPAs, they're not just about taxes.
Iowa Lakes Community College, your community, your college.
Erpelding Excavating, for all your drainage and excavating needs.
AK's Chrome Kitchen, when you come in, your family.
Stroman Family Dental, giving you something to smile about.
Jake Ingalls Electric, shockingly good service.
Phil's Auto and Truck Repair, getting you back on the road.
Algona Frame and Auto Body, a total commitment to excellence.
All bringing you this game on the radio.
At Wiffles Hybrids, they're completely focused on developing and producing the very best seed corn on the planet. It's an act they've been polishing for more than 70 years, right here in the heart of the Corn Belt. Wiffles Hybrid, one thing done right. For more information, contact Rich Rosenmeyer, Dale Lappy, or Mitchell Carroll at JDR Seed of Wesley, 515-341-2452, or visit wiffles.com.
A big bank can deliver the products you need and the convenience you expect. A small bank can make you feel like family. At Fidelity Bank and Trust, we don't think you should have to choose. Your hometown bankers have roots here. We understand the community and why you want to live here, because we live here too. We're big enough to deliver, yet small enough to care. Fidelity Bank and Trust, your hometown bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Your hometown Fidelity Bank and Trust, located in Bancroft, Iowa.
High school tournament sports on Hometown Home Country Radio, brought to you by
Grand Jeanette Jewelry and Merle Norman Cosmetics.
your local Red Power team in Bancroft, Corwith, West Bend, and Humboldt.
Jumbo's Liquor in Wesley.
Dave Blumenthal Crop Insurance and Ag Lending of Bancroft. They can't predict the future, but they can protect it.
Algona Floor Design, downtown Algona, your flooring specialist since 1978.
Shoemaker Well and Water Care. They know water from the bottom to the tap.
Helmer's Insurance Agency. Get your insurance quote today.
The Market. Be happy. Shop the Market.
All bringing you this game on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
New appliances are arriving weekly at North Iowa Appliance Center. And with inventory coming in, that means they have a good selection of used appliances too. If you're doing a remodel in the spring, pre-order now and they'll hold it until you're ready. Quality products, quality service, and in-store specials at North Iowa Appliance Center, Highway 18 East in Algona, where they sell the best and service the rest. Carrying Maytag, KitchenAid, Whirlpool, and Amana.
Sports Boosters bringing you this tournament broadcast on the radio.
Al Lobig Marine of Wesley, Hampton Pontoons, and Mercury Outboards.
State Line Cooperative. Real people, real pride.
7 Suites in Bancroft. Life is short. Eat the dessert.
Goshi Custom Cabinets in Bancroft.
Didering Brothers in Bancroft. Farm equipment, sales, and service.
Steyr Ag Aviation, Aerial and Ground Application Agronomy Services.
Arndorfer Seed and Precision Management in Bancroft.
Steinman Insulation and Roofing in Wesley.
All bringing you this game on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Have a business idea you want to make real? Is your small business ready to take the next step and expand? Maybe you're a farmer who needs an experienced and committed ag partner. Whatever your situation, Farmers State Bank is here to help. With a strong history of agricultural and commercial lending, they offer operating lines of credit and loans tailored to your needs. Visit fsbiowa.com or stop by their offices in Algona, Whittemore, and West Bend and see how Farmers State Bank can help put you on the path to success. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
As we come back on Hometown Radio, KLGA, and the Algona Radio YouTube live stream, the West Bend-Mallard Wolverines right now controlling things as they are up by 10 over the Bishop Garrigan Golden Bears here at Bishop Garrigan High School. Our video streaming is brought to you by Algona State Farm Insurance Agent Billy Offerman, Algona Municipal Utilities, Hong Endeavors, and Chemna Auto Center. And before we get to the first half stats, the Iowa High School Athletic Association would like to take this opportunity to remind you that sportsmanship starts with you. Good sportsmanship means you're showing respect to student athletes, coaches, officials, schools, and those around you. Good sportsmanship shows character, accountability, and sets a positive example on and off the field. The Iowa High School Athletic Association thanks you for being a good sport for tonight's game. Well, interesting matchup so far. Again, West Bend-Mallard leading Bishop Garrigan 38-28. Scoring numbers look like this. For Bishop Garrigan, Logan Nemmers of 10, Drew Fogarty of 9 to lead the way. Wolverines have balanced it out. Noah Gerber and Jackson Zaug both with 8. Sam and Max Fair with 7 and 6 respectively. Beanie, I'll tell you what, this is an impressive Wolverine team. They're better than their 9-11 record. Some really good athletes on the floor right now, and they have really spread the wealth around early in this ball game.
They have, and they surprised me and maybe even themselves by just draining three-pointers. Not just lucky shots, but they had open looks that they just drained, and that gave them tons of momentum. Had a couple real nice defensive plays, a couple good blocks. They drew a charge, and boy, they're just really firing on all cylinders right now, executing their offense, getting the Fair boys open for shots, and when they're not open for shots, the Fairs can create shots. They can really elevate, get up above the defenders, and shoot with nice jump shots. So, impressive offense so far by the West Bend Wolverines, scoring 38 points in a half. That's a pretty good tally. Bears have 28 points. Not a bad total, but they're usually the ones that are pushing the tempo and get a lot of easy baskets. Both teams have gotten a few easy looks, and it's going to be really interesting to see whose guards are going to weather the storm, because when things get high pressure in these tournament games, both teams start to get, maybe I don't want to use the word panicky, but they get a little stressed towards the end of the game, especially the seniors. And sometimes the guards rise up and make a big difference in this game. And for Bishop Garrigan, there's 4 seniors out there on the floor pretty much all the time. It will be interesting to see what they're going to do now that their back's up against the wall.
Absolutely, is right now West Bend-Mallard leading by 10, and this has been a game, it's really flowed very well so far. Not a whole lot of timeouts used, not a lot of foul shots attempted, just two teams that have really kept the pace pretty high, something we know Garrigan likes to do. They're a team that has a lot of possessions, more possessions per game than just about anyone in the top of Iowa West. And the Wolverines, they've shown they can run at the pace, they can do pretty much anything it takes to play physically with Bishop Garrigan as well, and really just an evenly matched game, relatively speaking, talent-wise on the floor. But right now, Wolverines have done a better job knocking down their open three-point looks. Garrigan's had a few open looks for three that they couldn't capitalize on. Noonan hit a three-pointer late, but not a whole lot from downtown besides that. But Wolverines, they got hot there for a stretch. I think in 4 possessions, they hit 3 three-pointers at one point during that second quarter, and that's a big part of this 10-point lead as well.
Yeah, Fogarty and Noonan both had big three-point shots for the Bears. This zone defense of West Bend-Mallard kind of looks like a 2-1-2. They're really packing the lane, but the Bears have done a nice job adjusting to it. Hovey's moved in there, that middle of the lane spot, what I call the high post, and they're looking to get that high post to low post connection down to Fogarty and Emmers, and when they get it, it's great. But the challenge has been keeping that ball moving, pulling that zone apart enough to get those guys open down low, and they have gotten it a couple times. Now, Fogarty moves out to that perimeter. Noonan, Grand Jeanette start getting some shots to fall from the outside, and that'll pull that zone apart, and then you go right back into Nemmers and Fogarty inside. But I think you're going to see a lot from Andrew Fogarty the rest of this game. He's done a good job. He stayed out of foul trouble. That's kind of his Achilles heel sometimes this season. But I expect a whale of a half from Andrew Fogarty, the senior, down inside. Hovey as well, playing these guys know, like Hovey, Fogarty, Grand Jeanette, Noonan. You know, this is it for them if they don't win this game. So I think you're going to see quite the tenacious effort during the second half for these guys. And likewise, the same situation exists on the West Bend-Mallard side of the ball too. These guys are, that's why I love these tournament games. This is a real battle in these tournament games when it comes down to seniors facing the end of their high school athletic career on the basketball court.
Winner of tonight's game will play on Thursday night against the winner of North Iowa and Mason City Newman. And right now it is a battle going on in the Garrigan Gymnasium. West Bend-Mallard 38, Bishop Garrigan 28. We'll take a quick timeout, but before we do that, the Iowa High School Athletic Association needs your help to add registered sports officials this school year. Officials are needed at all levels. Officiating allows you to stay close to the action while serving as a community leader. And in Iowa, high school and junior high games can't take place without them. Visit www.iahsaa.org/officials or highschoolofficials.com for more information. Help the Iowa High School Athletic Association add one today. Quick timeout. Second half coming up next on Hometown Radio KLGA and the Algona Radio YouTube live stream.
Sports coverage on Hometown and Home Country Radio, brought to you by
Lance and Tracy Ludwig, your Channel Seat dealer in Wesley.
Wearspawn Chiropractic and Massage.
J&J Custom Meats located in Whittemore.
Wine and Spirit Shop, locally owned at 111 South Phillip Street.
Fairway Meat and Grocery. Everything's easier, fresher, and faster with Algona Fairway.
Mansky Farm Drainage, providing top quality professional service to the area since 1969.
Rothler Electric. Don't be left in the dark. Call 295-7117 today.
Murphy Realty and Management.
All bringing you this postseason basketball action on the radio.
Signworks Inc. has solutions for your signage needs, as well as vehicle graphics in all sizes, from a logo on the window to wrapping your entire vehicle, whether it's a banner, magnetic, or building signage. Signworks Inc. strives to provide fast, friendly service. They also are a source for custom screen printing on garments. If they can't provide you with what you need, they will direct you to who can. They are your local resource for signage and screen printing using your ideas and their creativity. Signworks Inc., 1613 East Locust Street, Algona, 295-9544, or email info@signworksinc.com.
As we come back on Hometown Radio KLGA and the Algona Radio YouTube live stream, West Bend-Mallard has the ball to start the second half. It's out of bounds. 7:52 on the clock. 38-28, Wolverines on top. As we play here in quarter number 3, ball knocked away briefly by Grand Jeanette, almost came out for the steal. Wolverines keep it. Stevens gets turned around by Noonan, turns 360 and bounces it out. Finding Gerber. Gerber jumping in against Grand Jeanette. Schwab knocks the ball away, and there's a turnover, and then a foul.
Well, the Bears came out of the locker room really turning up the defensive intensity. They've had a lot of really good third quarters. Aside from the third quarter last week at Hampton, I'd say the third quarter has been the Bishop Garrigan Bears' best quarter in general this season. And they're going to need a good one here coming out of the halftime, down 10 points. And Schwab gets the steal, and him and Grand Jeanette are the two guards going to run the show here.
With the ball right now, it's Garrigan. Noonan on the left wing. Comes down into the corner to Grand-Jeanette. 7:25 on the clock. Left wing Noonan now back in the corner to Grand-Jeanette. Noonan again on the wing. Flips it right to Schwab, top of the key. Schwab heads left, flips it to Grand-Jeanette. Grand-Jeanette looking inside, going across court to Noonan. Now down to the baseline, Hovey. Hooks around Zaug, puts it up, bounces off left. Fogarty pops the rebound out, but it's into Fair's hand. Players go falling to the deck, and there's a foul called by the baseline official as Hovey will pick this one up.
Well, they're going to pick up a foul on Hovey. That's a tough break here. They were all battling for the rebound, and Hovey appeared to have won the battle. And now they're going to get called for the foul.
West Bend-Mallard gets past the Bishop Garrigan full court pressure again. Stevens heading towards the right with 7 minutes on the clock. It's turned 360 and bounces top of the key to Fair. Fair flips it over to the right to Stevens. Stevens across the lane. Stevens cut off by Noonan. Down into the corner to Sam Fair. Bounce pass to the cutting Stevens. Stevens fights it up, and that'll be a foul. 2 shots upcoming for Stevens.
Grand-Jeanette tried to sneak in there and block it from behind, but he's going to get called from foul. It's hard to get away with the block from behind. They're going to call it on Ryan Noonan, who was in front of Stevens. So turns out Grand-Jeanette did get all ball. Foul goes on Noonan with the body contact. You know, every rebound in this game has been such a battle, Tyler. They have nothing. You can't take anything for granted because some teams, you go up, you grab the rebound, you come down, and you can walk away with it. But both these teams never give up on a rebound. If you have that ball, they're going to poke at it. Both teams are going to try to pry it out of your hands. You don't have the rebound until it's off on the way to the guard.
2 shots up and good by Stevens. 12-point lead, West Bend-Mallard. Schwab heads towards the right. Fires to Grand-Jeanette, edge of the lane. Grand-Jeanette down to Fogarty, wide open, and there's 2.
Well, it's a nice pass from senior to senior, and here comes Fair.
Fair streaking the other way, crashing into Hovey. Offensive foul. Hovey may be a little banged up. He may have hit his head on the ground as he is slow getting up, as Fair went right into him for the offensive foul.
Oh, he's holding his head, the back of his head. Not Coach Jaden. Referee Jaden's going to stop and make sure he's okay. And Coach Meister and Freilich are going to get Drew Muller in for him right away. He did have he hit his head way back beginning of the season against Lake Mills. And you get real worried when you see those guys hit the deck that hard. Fair was coming like a locomotive, and Hovey took the full brunt of that charge.
Big stretch of a couple minutes here to start the third quarter. Mahler outside Noonan. Noonan edge of the lane finds Schwab. Eyes the bucket, passed up the 3. Back in the corner, Noonan. He'll arc the 3 up. It's a little bit long, but Mahler grabs the fingertip rebound, and then he throws it away. Here comes Stevens charging up the court. Right of the bucket, attacks Grand-Jeanette. Left the layup short. Ball is out of bounds, and it will stay with West Bend-Mallard.
You know, that was a nice defensive play by Jack Grand-Jeanette. He elevated so high, I don't think I've ever seen him jump as high, and he changed that shot and forced a miss.
Zaug catches the inbounds pass, gets turned back out by Schwab, and he finds Gerber on the perimeter. Down in the near corner to Zaug, that is. Back over to Stevens. Now around the perimeter to Fair. Fair down in the post. Zaug works against Schwab, and Schwab stays strong, gets it back outside. Gerber now over to the right, Stevens. 5:42 on the clock. Noonan with the knockaway, but Noonan also made contact, and that'll be a foul on Garrigan.
You bet Noonan first got the ball, but he got a lot of body on the follow through trying to secure that steal. And West Bend will keep a hold of it with a fresh 35-second clock.
10-point lead right now, West Bend-Mallard. Sam Fair has it on the left wing. And we have a whistle and a foul away from the play, and it'll go against West Bend-Mallard. And that is going to be Gerber.
Yeah, Gerber was trying to create space. And like happened earlier in this game, every once in a while, these officials are going to blow the whistle because you're away from the ball trying to fight for position. You can't go too hard.
Schwab, top of the key, rises for a 3. It bounces off the cup. It went everywhere except down. Fogarty has the rebound in a swarm of Wolverines, and he lays it up and in at the right hand.
Oh, that's the magic by Fogarty with his feet and his hands.
Fair finding Gerber, top of the key. Wanted to step in for a 3, got shut off by Grand-Jeanette. Zaug comes left to Stevens. Noonan has him on the perimeter. Stevens 2 dribbles to the left, flips it back to the right. Sam Fair on the wing. 5:05 on the clock. 8-point West Bend-Mallard lead. Now Max Fair out top, left to Gerber. Grand-Jeanette in his face. Into the lane, Sam Fair. Working. Ball poked away by Noonan. Loose on the floor, picked back up by Sam Fair. Blocked by Fogarty, but a foul. Boy, Sam Fair stayed extremely calm in a precarious situation that time.
He did. He stayed calm. The ball was on the floor. He's racking up time in the paint, and he really stayed calm. That's some serious poise. Keeping focus. Foul goes against number 24, Drew Fogarty. Andrew Fogarty's going to have 2 fouls at this point. and he's got to stay in that game. They need him offensively and defensively. He almost came up with a great block there. He wanted the jump ball call, but they said he got him with the body. First free throw is missed.
Sam Fair setting up for the second one. During West Bend-Mallard's 3-game winning streaks, Sam Fair scored 19, 24, and 24 points as he splits the pair, and the Wolverines are up by 9. Big possession for Garrigan. Noonan sees an opening along the baseline, and he'll draw the foul. It'll be on the floor. That'll be number 4 on West Bend-Mallard.
That's a relief by Ryan Noonan. He was losing his balance and heading to the floor to hit the deck, about to get called for a travel, but he took a good hit there. And number 41, Zaug, I believe, is going to have to come out of the game with 3 fouls. So suddenly, after no fouls in the first half, the fouls are really adding up here. Not surprising as two teams that desperately want to win this matchup.
Schwab flips it left to Noonan with 4:40 on the clock. Down to the baseline, Fogarty steps back into the corner, but they will wave it off due to a travel.
Oh, Fogarty, he caught it, and he was not behind the line yet, so he kind of shimmied behind the line, and they're going to call him for the travel. That's too bad. That was the shot went in. That would have cut that lead down for the Bears.
Fair has it, sees Schwab, splits the gap between Schwab and Noonan, right down Broadway, and he'll draw the foul. Explosive drive by Max Fair, and he'll be rewarded with 2 free throws.
Wow, explosive is right. He went from half court to the hoop in a split second. Great athletic ability of Max Fair there.
So Fair will shoot 2 free throws. He has struggled with the line a little bit this season, about 43.5%. Wolverines as a team shooting 58% as he misses that one. And the one complaint if you're a West Bend-Mallard fan, Wolverines have left some points on the foul line tonight.
Yeah, he's leaving it short. He's not fouling through all the way with that hand. That one's too strong.
And Fogarty snatches down the rebound. Still a 9-point game. Here's Fogarty up the near side, finding Mahler. Now left to Grandjeanette. 4:22 on the clock. Back to Mahler, just outside of the corner, surveying the zone, into the center of the lane. Fogarty outside Grandjeanette, wide open for a 3, and he buries it.
Good kick by Fogarty to the open Grandjeanette. Here comes Fair again.
Fair got Grandjeanette to slide by him. Now Montag to Sam Fair, floats it into the corner. Stevens, catch and fire triple, and he buries it. Mitch Stevens right on cue.
Oh, what a big answer after Grandjeanette's 3. Here, Grandjeanette's got the ball again. Here he's going to penetrate and kick to Schwab.
Stevens has had the hot hand tonight. Noonan top of the key, and his entry pass to Fogarty is intercepted by Gerber. Up the near side, Gerber. Into the corner, Stevens. Around the perimeter, Montag. Got Schwab to jump by. He'll sidestep. He'll launch. He'll shoot an air ball. It's off of Fogarty's chest, but Noonan is there for the rebound, and now Grandjeanette on the pace. Grandjeanette crosses over in the lane, rises for a floater and missed it, and Gerber snatches the rebound. It's knocked away, though. It rolls loose. It's still loose. It's knocked to the far side. Schwab saves it into Grandjeanette, and now Mahler has it. What a play by Schwab to save a possession.
And by Grandjeanette to dive back. What hustle by the Bears here to get that ball back.
100%. Schwab top of the key, heading into the lane. He goes up and under, and he puts it in. A scoop layup by Schwab.
What some crazy English on that ball. He somehow got it to spin in the rim with his left hand, and here comes Fair.
3 minutes on the clock. I've seen a few words start to be exchanged between the players in between buckets. This one's going to start to get a little chippy down the stretch here. Fair far side of the court with 2:50 on the clock. Dribbles between the legs and flips down to the baseline. And Grandjeanette the steal. He is the spark plug right now.
I knew Grandjeanette would come in this third quarter with some fire here. Kind of started slow to the game, but I knew he was going to be good for some steals and some energy.
Into Fogarty, behind the defense, and he lays it in. 5-point game, 44-39. Fogarty with 15 points. Max Fair trying to answer. Flips it right to Montag. Rises for a tray. Missed it long. And Noonan elevates for the rebounds. Now here's Grandjeanette. Garrigan pacing again. Grandjeanette shovels it to Noonan. Right angle free. Left it short. Fogarty rebound. And the follow is up and in. Drew Fogarty is going beast mode, and it's a 3-point game.
That's a huge boat by Fogarty. Offensive rebound. He didn't bring the ball down. Right back up with it. Big bucket. Jerry Zaug's got to call timeout for his Wolverines. Somehow he let this game has become a 3-point game. Oh, crazy tournament games. You never know what to expect.
Just like that, 3-point game as we take a timeout on Hometown Radio KLGA.
Tournament sports coverage being brought to you by
Nutrient Ag Solutions of Irvington and Laverne for all your crop input needs.
Snap-on Tools, the most valued tool storage solutions in the world.
Sportsman's Corner, your power sports headquarters. Can-Am and Honda side-by-sides, ATVs, and motorcycles.
West Bendy, a curated boutique of specialty shops in downtown Algona.
Carroll Implement of Laverne, serving the area farming community for over 50 years.
Advanced Interior Care, professional home and business cleaning of carpet, ceramic floors, upholstery, and window treatments.
Algona Hearing Center, better living through better hearing.
All bringing you this broadcast on the radio.
As we come back, it's down to a 3-point game. Bishop Garrigan is on a big run right now. West Bend-Mallard 44, Bishop Garrigan 41. Beanie, how have the Golden Bears gotten back into this one?
Oh, like in these tournament games, it's the seniors. Jack Grangenet on defense and Fogarty on offense. Fogarty with his rebounding. He's up to 17 points already.
Max Fair handling the ball for West Bend-Mallard. It's the two Fairs on the floor, Montag, Stevens, as the drive missed by Montag. He couldn't finish it. A lob at the court to Fogarty, got past Gerber, and it's off his fingers and out of bounds. Fogarty did not like that one, but that one is going to go back to West Bend-Mallard.
Both crowds are fired up. West Bend's applauding. The Bear crowd disagrees with that call. They don't think it was off Fogarty.
Gerber goes over to Fair now across the timeline to Stevens. Garrigan has Mahler, Fogarty, Schwab, Grangenet, and Noonan. Stevens stays out of trouble. Fair works the baseline. The floater is long. Sam Fair at the follow, and he puts it in. Johnny on the spot.
Wow, Max Fair put it up like it was a shot, but it ended up being an alley-oop to his cohort Sam Fair.
Schwab opens up for a top-of-the-key triple, but he line-drived it. Long rebound out to Ryan Noonan. Down to the block to Mahler. Feeds Fogarty, and Fogarty fights it through contact for the foul. He'll shoot two.
Well, that would be my recipe for the Golden Bears, is feed Fogarty, just like you said, Tyler. Bears got to keep doing that. Fogarty's a battler. He's going to really pull them through in this third quarter, and now he's at the line shooting 2 shots after another good battle inside.
Fogarty. And the free throw bounces 3 times on the rim and drops in. The friendly hometown hop makes it a 4-point game.
Yeah, and those free throws are looming large now. West Bend-Mallard Wolverines have missed quite a few free throws at the line this game. You wouldn't think anything of it when they had that big double-digit lead, but now free throws are always haunting in these close games.
Fogarty again. That one's off the heel. Fogarty trying to chase it down, and he got his own miss far side of the court. Out to Noonan. Rises for a 3. It's long. Schwab had the rebound briefly, and it's knocked out by West Bend-Mallard with 1:21 on the clock.
I'll tell you what, lots of pushing in there on that rebound. If you want to get a rebound tonight, you better have eaten your lunch, because you're going to have to get that base and start pushing.
Schwab is looking, lobbing it into Fogarty. In the lane, up with the right hand, and he drew another foul. Almost had the 3-point play, but Fogarty will shoot 2.
Boy, Ryan Noonan had an open look at a 3-point shot after that great rebound hustle by Fogarty off the free throw miss. If Ryan Noonan hits that free throw, the Garrigan crowd jumps off the bleachers here.
Well, Beanie, I'm going to ask you, can we, take a page out of the college football book and sign these teams up for homes and homes for the rest of time? I mean, this is entertaining basketball as Fogarty drains the foul shot.
I guess so. I guess let's home and home, and let's get to football season. This is a great neighborly matchup between these two small schools.
Fogarty again, and he got it. 20 points by Drew Fogarty. 2-point ball game for the first time since the first quarter. Zaug has it right now. Zaug squares up, passes up the long jumper, and he comes out to Stevens. Stevens back to Zaug. Down in the post, pushed from behind by Mahler. Mahler had the 2 hands on Zaug, and that'll be foul number 6, as both teams have 6 fouls right now.
Yeah, the referees look for those 2 hands. It's such an easy call. You have 2 hands on somebody, a quick whistle is always going to happen. That one goes against Mahler. I'll tell you, it's been a long time since the Wolverines have really needed a basket. They need a basket here.
Sam Fair powering against Fogarty, takes a wide angle, and the layup is short. Fogarty forced that ball wide, and now here comes Garrigan with 52 seconds on the clock. Grangenet eyes the bucket, finds Mahler in the post. Out top, Schwab lets it fly for 3, and this time he buries it. Garrigan has come all the way back. They're up by 1.
Yeah, this scoring drop by West Bend-Mallard Wolverines, and the Bears are hot. Schwab just drains that 3.
Schwab has been cold on 3s tonight. Zaug trying to answer off the front of the cup. Schwab boxes after the rebound. It's right back into Zaug's hands, and he puts it up and in. Schwab couldn't contain it, and West Bend-Mallard's back up by 1.
Zaug fouled that shot. He initially missed the 3-point shot, follows the shot, then gets the rebound and gets the bucket. Good reward for Zaug there.
Schwab with 16 seconds. Top of the key, passes right to Grangenet. Now up top, Noonan of 12. Noonan left to Mahler of 9, now Schwab of 8. Schwab dribbling casually, looking for the Fogarty screen of 5. Schwab stops of 4, over to Noonan. He'll get it off before the buzzer, and it's out of the cup, no good, as Montag grabs the rebound at the horn. And that is the end of the third quarter. Garrigan has roared all the way back. They are down by 1, but can they come all the way back in the 4th, or will West Bend-Mallard close it out and move on to the next round? We'll find out on Hometown Radio KLGA and the Algona Radio YouTube live stream.
Welcome to Premier Pizza, the place to go when you're looking for delicious pizza and Mexican selections, all in a fun, casual, and accommodating setting. They want to thank their customers for coming to their restaurant in the best way they know how, by making sure that your experience there is the best it can possibly be. They never forget that each person has a choice in where to dine and feel privileged each time you choose Premier. Come by Premier Pizza and prepare to be amazed.
At Iowa State Bank, many of their employees use the skills they learned as student athletes to help their customers succeed. That's why they provide recognition for special accomplishments, like playing in the state tournament as the proud sponsor of state tournament t-shirts. Last year, they proudly sponsored t-shirts for the Algona Bulldogs and the Bishop Garrigan Golden Bears as they made several state tournament appearances. Good luck to our student athletes as they compete on the field and in the classroom. From Iowa State Bank, helping students succeed. Member FDIC.
We have a barn burner tonight from inside the Bishop Garrigan High School Gymnasium. Two teams matching up for the first time since 2016 as Garrigan has the ball. Fogarty under the bucket, and he'll lay it in. Garrigan up 49-48.
1 point lead for Garrigan, all on the back of Andrew Fogarty. He's got 22 points. The senior coming through. This is going to be a nail biter because Bishop Garrigan only plays in close games.
Bishop Garrigan, so far this season, they are 2-5 in games decided by single digits. And a steal. Grangenet pump fakes. He puts it up and he puts it in. He got both fares to fly by him. Now Wolverines need a bucket. They're down by 3. On the drive, it's blocked. Stevens got rejected by Mahler, and then a foul. A foul against West Bend-Mallard, and this game has turned a total 180.
Wow, big-time turnaround in this game. Momentum all for Bishop Garrigan right now. That was Hovey that came down and had an incredible block, which looks like it was going to be an easy bucket for the Wolverines. And Hovey gets the chase-down block. And Fogarty, who's been doing all the scoring, is going to the line for the Bears.
Yeah, credit to that one to Mahler initially. Mahler's actually on the bench right now. Right now you've got Hovey as well as Noonan, Fogarty, Schwab, and Grangenet as Fogarty buries the foul shot. It's 1-1 the rest of the way for Bishop Garrigan. West Bend-Mallard is one foul away, though, from getting into 1-1 themselves.
Yes, and West Bend-Mallard right now looking for offense. They've had some open shots that haven't gone. Right now, you know, things get tense. Sometimes it becomes a lot harder to shoot.
And almost a steal in the backcourt. Garrigan's full-court press nearly caused a steal. Ball got knocked out of bounds, and Coach Zaug wants a timeout. 30 seconds into the fourth quarter. 53-48 Bishop Garrigan, and all of a sudden the Wolverines, they are pressing in this situation. It's a 30-second timeout, and boy, they were shooting so hot earlier, but cannot buy a bucket here the past few minutes.
They were. Now they just have to find a way to break this press. Grangenet has been sacrificing his body all year, but now that his season's on the line, he's just diving after that ball on the inbounds pass, and Coach Zog wants to say, all right, we've seen him dive for that inbounds pass. We got to do something against that. We can't give up another steal. He just got a huge steal for a layup to put the Bears up by 5, or to put them up 3. They just got to get that ball in bounds. That's your chief concern if you're Coach Zaug.
7:32 on the clock, 53-48 Bishop Garrigan. Believe it or not, this is the largest lead of the night for the Golden Bears.
Now the Bears are going to pull off their press, let Fair walk it up the court, and then put pressure on.
Golden Bears have been down by double digits for most of the night, and Noonan fouls Stevens, and now that'll put West Bend-Mallard in the bonus.
Now West Bend-Mallard has not been shooting free throws superbly so far. Now with under this pressure, can they start hitting their free throws? Down 5 points at the beginning of the fourth quarter.
7:25 on the clock. Here's Stevens, a 59% free throw shooter on the 1-and-1, and he rattles it in.
That's a tough shot. 60% free throw shooter, one-on-one in a tense game, and he buries it.
Stevens setting up again. He's had a solid night for the Wolverines. West Bend-Mallard this season, 5-5 on the road. Garrigan 5-5 at home, as there's 2 from Stevens, and that'll make it 53-50.
Concentrates under pressure. Now Schwab brings it up, dishes it to Noonan.
Fogarty back outside to Noonan. 7:17 on the clock now, down in the corner Fogarty. 7:14 on the clock, Fogarty to Noonan, working the baseline, turns around, finds the cutting Hovey left of the bucket, puts it up at a wide angle, and it rolls off the rim, and Max Fair has the rebound.
Oh, it got every part of the rim except the net by Hovey there, and here comes Fair.
Fair jumping into the lane, rising for a jumper, and he drilled it.
Wow, goes coast to coast, gets inside the lane, pulls up for the jump shot. A little bit of contest.
53-52, 6:48 on the clock. Hovey near side, finding Schwab. Schwab turns 360, got Fair the jump, put it up. Fair partially blocked it. Schwab got it back and a foul. A foul on Zaug for West Bend-Mallard.
Yep, Zaug doesn't like the call. Schwab doesn't like the call either. They both thought they were the victims there.
So Schwab will be shooting 1-1. Carter Schwab has greatly improved his free throw shooting. He's up to 54% this season. And right now he has 7 points, looking to add on. A 1-point ball game with 6:40 left. As you said, Garrigan only plays in close games, it seems. How many times in this gym or in visiting gyms has it been this exact situation in the fourth quarter? As the foul shot misses, Grangenet rebounds, and the Wolverines will pile on top and force a jump ball.
Oh, no, I think they're giving a timeout.
They called a timeout before the jump ball.
Oh, boy.
Quick move by Coach Meister.
Yeah, 30-second timeout. Jack Grangenet got a hand on it. It looked like West Bend-Mallard had it easy, but as I've said before, there is no gimmies on the rebounds. You might think you have it, and then hands start coming in from all over the place. And that time, Jack Grangenet had a hand in it. He knocked it loose, and the ball went on the floor. I'm not quite sure anyone had what I would call possession of the ball yet, but a timeout is granted to Garrigan, and that saves a possession for them. Otherwise, if it was a jump ball, it was going to go to the Wolverines.
So 53-52, Bishop Garrigan off the Coach Meister timeout. So still a long way to go down the stretch, but you always say this when the score's really flipped. If you're Garrigan right now up by 1, you feel great because you were down by 12 and now you've taken the lead. If you're West Bend-Mallard, even though this is a very manageable 1-point game, you feel, man, we were up by 12 at one point, we were in total control, and now it's gone. So how do you get that swagger back if you're the Wolverines?
Well, it starts with the Fairs. They're clearly athletic, and it starts with them on defense. They have taken off the pressure on defense. First half, they had all kinds of pressure on the Bears defense. They had their arms in the passing lanes. Now they're kind of standing a little more on defense, and they need to get that defensive pressure back if they want to play themselves back in this game. Boy, I tell you, the energy is picking up here in this gym, and why wouldn't it be in the fourth quarter? It's a close game. Garrigan only plays close games, so even though there's 6:24 left, this is probably going to take a half hour. At the Hampton game the other night, the last 3 seconds took 10 minutes all on their own.
Yeah, this is a great environment. The two student sections chirping at each other during the timeout. Garrigan has the basketball of 6:34 on the clock. A 1-point lead right now, as again, the winner in this one will play on Thursday night against either Newman Catholic or North Iowa. That game going on concurrently with this one. From the baseline, it is Schwab. Lobbing it into Grangenet on the wing as he jumps and catches, and the clock is rolling out of the timeout. Grangenet up top. Stevens will give him some space. They don't want Grangenet to get by on the quick drive as he shovels it over to Schwab. Schwab looking, drifting left. Gerber pokes the ball. Now it's Fogarty. Fogarty of 24 tonight, finding Schwab near the top. Back to the left, Grangenet. Eyeing the bucket with 14 on the shot clock. Top of the key, Schwab. Takes 2 dribbles towards the right and flips it back to the left to Fogarty on the wing. Passes up the 3, gets it into the corner to Grangenet. 5 on the shot clock. Top of the key, Schwab. Deep triple is short, and the rebound line drives out to Gerber. It pinballs back out to Schwab. Gerber had it momentarily. Now here's Schwab. Deals to Hovey. Got fair the fly by, and Hovey lays it in for 2.
Big assist by Schwab. The left-handed hook shot by Hovey.
Schwab knocks it away in transition. It's out of bounds, and it's back to Garrigan.
Oh.
Wolverines tried to save it.
Yeah, I think that might have been going out on Schwab, but the Wolverines tried to save it at the last second and actually gave it back to the Bears by trying to get after that ball. Well, a big moment in this game with the Bears up 3 and the ball.
5:40 on the clock. A bounce pass down to Hovey. Hovey looking. Backdoor cut. Schwab. He's wide open. And he missed it. Oh, went halfway down. Schwab was calling for basket interference, but I don't know if that's the case. Jumper by Fair, and he buries it on the other end.
Oh, what a turnaround. What could have been an extended lead. Now it's back down to 1 point again after that miss at the bucket by Schwab.
And maybe Schwab at the point, I don't know. It's one of those where the net got hit, but don't know if that was after or during. We'll have to go back and look at that later as the pass down to Fogarty and the post is out of bounds.
The net certainly got hit, so I'll have to get out the rule book on You Make the Call and see what constitutes basket interference. I think you have to hit the backboard or the rim, and I think it was just the net that got hit, but the film will tell the tale.
Fair, down by 1 right now. West Bend-Mallard rotates to Stevens, now Montag. Corner to Gerber, wanting to drive against Grangenet, and he threw it back up top to Stevens. It's into the backcourt, and that's an over and back. Wolverines thought that one got tipped, but it did not, and it'll be a turnover.
These are just the type of things that happen in these tense fourth quarters of a game. That's the end of someone's season. All kinds of crazy things happen that don't usually happen, caused by nerves and pressure and intense play.
Grandjeanette jogs it across half court to 4:55 on the clock. Hovey facing the bucket. Schwab back cuts again, and he missed it again right at the cup. That is a 4-point miss by Garrigan. They've had it on the last 2 possessions. Jumper by Fair off the back of the cup. Offensive rebound on the follow by Montag. That misses. It's swatted out of bounds, and Montag last touched it as Garrigan will get it back. And now Coach Zaug is upset.
So Garrigan missed a couple bunnies, and now West Bend missed a couple bunnies, and Coach Zaug can't believe that that's going to Garrigan. 2 players went up for the rebound. Boy, I want a highlight reel of just the rebounds. These players are battling, and so the referee was Johnny on the spot. He shouldn't make the right call there. I couldn't see who knocked that ball out, but definitely 2 players had their hands on it.
Now if you're West Bend-Mallard, you have to be very leery of the Schwab back cut because he's done it the last 2 possessions. This time they cover it up. Now Noonan has it left of the lane, spins into the paint, feeds it down to Fogarty, and Noonan drew the foul on the pass. This will be a 1-and-1.
Yeah, he looked for Fogarty down low. That was good creation by Noonan. Hits the spin move there, and he could have pulled up for the jump shot, but Fogarty had a nice pin. Fogarty always has good position down there. You can always trust that he's going to be down there for the dish if you're going to get in trouble. Now, Fogarty and Fair are chucking with each other down on the free throw line. That's always fun to see. These things are highly contested, but the players know the game.
2 free throws. They'll say that was in the act of shooting for Noonan. That was only foul number 9 against West Bend-Mallard as Noonan drills the first one.
Well, that's a puzzler. I mean, it would be a 1-and-1 either way, so it doesn't matter because he made the first shot, but he clearly passed the ball to Fogarty.
56-54 Bishop Garrigan as Noonan swishes them both. 3-point Garrigan advantage. And Montag almost lost the ball, and now Noonan peels it away. It's loose on the floor. Noonan dove on it. Montag got it back, and he found Max Fair. Up ahead to Sam Fair, and Fogarty got into him for the foul. 1-and-1 coming up. He did not give Fair space to land on that.
They're going to give Fogarty the foul, and it's a good thing. Otherwise, it'd be an easy 2 for Fair there. He caught that ball, went right to the bucket, and put it in. And he is much worse at making free throws than he is at making point-blank layups.
Sam Fair, the number 5 scorer in the Twin Lakes this season, setting up for some big free throws. And he missed the first one, can't capitalize on the 1-and-1. Offensive rebound, Stevens. He outreached Hovey for it. Gerber, right wing tray, and he swishes it.
Wow.
We are tied at 57 as Coach Zaug takes a timeout.
Wow, that is some confidence by Gerber there, hitting that 3-point shot down 3. All made possible by yet another rebounding battle, that time won by the Wolverines off of a free throw. Boy, this game, I don't want to rebound in this game. This is an all-out war in the paint.
Well, Bishop Garrigan has won the rebounding battle in 16 of their 21 games this season. But I'd say tonight, the rebounding is a little bit closer than Garrigan's accustomed to. Both these teams love to crash the board. They scrap for the rebounds, and those difficult rebounds, offensive rebounds after missed free throws, those are so hard to get, but Stevens always is anticipating the bounce and finding himself in the right spot.
And both teams have fought for offensive rebounds, even off a free throw. So usually it's a gimme when you're the inside position on a free throw, but not tonight. Both teams really showing some leaping ability here, as there's not a huge height advantage one way or the other. Now Nemmers is coming back in. He hasn't played yet this half. It's tied game. They're going to get Nemmers in there for some size. Look for that high-low play to Nemmers right now with Fogarty and Hovey.
Schwab running point with 3:52 on the clock. Hovey left wing looking for Fogarty inside. They find him. The double team forces him out. Back outside to Hovey. Across the lane, looking for Nemmers. Can't find him. Now over to the right to Schwab with 3:41 on the clock. Far corner to Hovey. He'll square up for a 3, and it rattles off no good. Fogarty offensive board. Follow misses. Nemmers follow. That misses. Rebound is tipped, and it's taken by Schwab. And Schwab has it near half court to reset the possession.
A lot of banging on there on that play. 3 potential fouls either way.
Tie game right now. 3:20 left. Hovey shovels it to Fogarty in the corner, squares up for a triple, and he buries it. Drew Fogarty, his second free of the night, and Garrigan's up by 3.
Oh, I'll take Fogarty on my team in this matchup anytime.
Into the corner, Stevens. His free ball's way short, and it pops out to Hovey on the board. Fogarty has 27 points tonight as Schwab comes toward the near side and finds Grandjeanette with 2:56 on the clock. A huge possession coming up here for both sides. Hovey pumps left. Looking for Grandjeanette to curl into the lane, has him edge of the paint. Underhand back out to Hovey. Fogarty open in the corner, lets it fly. The bottom! Drew Fogarty hits it again. He's going crazy tonight with 30 points, and Garrigan's up by 6.
He's played inside all year. The kid can shoot the three.
Here's Montag. He got it. Landon Montag answers right back with a great three-pointer, and it's a 3-point game.
We got Montags, Fogartys, Fairs. Is this a West Bend versus Garrigan matchup or what? Wow, both teams letting it rain from three-point line. Bears still up 3, 2:10 left to go in the game.
9 points by Montag off the bench. Now Nemmers in the post, shoots it over Fair and scores it. 2 points for the big man, he has 12. Now Fair darting up the near side of the court. He'll shoot a 3, and it's off the heel. Rebounded by Nemmers in the lane. They'll swarm him, and he'll get it out to Schwab with 1:58 on the clock.
Wow, I'm surprised how both these teams are going to the three-point shot.
65-60 Bishop Garrigan. Grandjeanette looking to step back. Grandjeanette driving baseline, steps back again, and he stepped out.
Oh,
he lost track of his location, and that'll be a big turnover.
And Grandjeanette had Fogarty wide open for a three-point shot, looked at him and passes up thinking he'd get to the basket, and Fogarty's like, give me the ball, I'm feeling it, I got 30 points. Let me hit another one.
1:47 left. Jackson Zaug into the ball game for West Bend-Mallard. He'll find Gerber, and now up ahead to Stevens. Stevens handing it off to Max Fair. He'll screen into the lane. Sam Fair bouncing it out to Zaug. Rotates it left to Gerber, and he got bumped by Grandjeanette. Grandjeanette tried to swipe in there and get the basketball, but he got arm as well, and this will be 1-1 for West Bend-Mallard.
Oh, Grandjeanette's got quick hands. He almost came up with a steal there. Gerber's going to the line. He hit a huge three-point shot about 2 minutes ago to stem the tide, but since then it's been Andrew Fogarty with 2 three-point shots has extended this Garrigan lead 65-60. Hard to believe that the Bears were down 15 points earlier in this game.
Crowd making noise in the background as Gerber drains the foul shot.
Oh, that's great poise by Gerber. The Bishop Garrigan student section right to his left peripheral vision. Sinks the first free throw in a tight game. It's 4 points now.
Montag will replace Zaug with 1:34 left. A 4-point game, and this to make it a 1-possession margin. And Gerber rattles it in. 2 clutch free throws by the senior. He has 13 points.
Now the West Bend Wolverines are going to set up in a man-to-man defense here, but they're going to leave Zaug in the lane to shot block. Fair in the lane to shot block.
Grandjeanette has it right wing with 1:21 on the clock. Hovey high post, feeds Nemmers, and a foul, and he put it down. They gave him the continuation. Logan Nemmers got the 2, and he'll have a chance for a 3-point play.
Oh, Logan Nemmers just does a little drop step. Fair thought about drawing the charge. He took the contact, but he didn't do the fall. And the referee looked at it and thought, well, we'll go blocking foul. I suppose I got to go something. Coach Zaug is not happy with that call.
1:17 left. Nemmers got it. 15 points for the junior. 68-62. 1:15 left. Fair bursting down the lane, rising for a jumper. They'll wave it off. They will wave it off for a 1-1 because that was a foul before the shot.
Yep, they're going to call the foul on the floor. Fair was going in there, was going to create a basket. And he got hacked before. Now he's going to have to make a 1-1. Boy, it's a 6-point game with 1:12 left. Suddenly this clock is becoming a major factor.
1:12 left. So that was foul number 4 against Aiden Hovey. And actually 10 fouls on both teams. So this will now be 2 free throws by Fair, who rattles in the first one.
5-point game, 1:12 left. Coach Zaug just had a conference during that first free throw. Let his players know what the strategy is. Both teams have 2 timeouts left.
Fair again, swishes.
Big free throws by Fair.
Big time, no doubt. It's a 4-point game, and here comes the West Bend full court press. Stevens almost stole it from Grandjeanette. Sprints to the front court and draws the foul. Gerber got him with 1:08 left. Oh man, Grandjeanette went all the way to the bucket. He ran into Sam Fair. Garrigan crowd wanted a foul. Sam Fair says he ran into me, and in any case, Grandjeanette will shoot off after the initial Gerber foul near half court.
Yeah, Grandjeanette got the foul at half court, but he kept running, and maybe Fair didn't hear the whistle. It was kind of a quiet whistle, and Grandjeanette's going to shoot 2 shots anyway, but he took quite a hit from Fair, who was going to block that shot and not let an easy one go up.
So Grandjeanette, the leading free-throw shooter in the top of Iowa West, drills the first one, 69-64 Garrigan.
Yeah, when you get under a minute with Grandjeanette, the ball handler, it's advantage Bears since he is such a good free throw shooter.
Grandjeanette with 8 points so far tonight. Precious moments of this fourth quarter left.
Bears are calling defense. They say they're going to drop back and straight into man-to-man.
Schwab and Hovey are way down the court in case Garrigan misses this one. No easy runouts for the Wolverines as it's good. Grand Jeanette with a swish. 6-point game, Grand Jeanette with 9. Stevens bounces to the cutting Zaug, working the baseline. He's open and he lays it in.
Oh, a quick bucket, 1 minute exactly. 4-point game.
4-point game, and Schwab got undercut. The foul will go against Gerber, and that is foul number 5 as Gerber is done for the night.
Yeah, Gerber going for the steal. Schwab elevated. They threw the ball really high. Schwab had to jump clear up high to get it. Gerber went for the steal and caught Schwab's body, and Schwab took a hard fall.
So Carter Schwab shooting 2 big free throws for Bishop Garrigan. 4-point lead for the Golden Bears with 57 seconds left. This is Bishop Garrigan's 9th 70-point game of the season as Schwab drills the foul shot.
Yeah, Garrigan has had no problem scoring points. That's why it's such a shocker in that first quarter when they only had 8. So since the first quarter, just been on a scoring tear, and led by Drew Fogarty here. Can't say enough about his 30-point effort here.
71-66. Carter Schwab right now with 8 points. And now he has 9. A perfect trip to the foul line for the freshman with ice water in his veins. Now West Bend has to hurley. Zaug opens up for a 3, missed it right. Montag offensive board, blocked but a foul. Fogarty got a mid on it, but Montag will head to the line for 2, and this is it for West Bend-Mallard. You've got to score if the clock stops.
Yeah, with both teams in the double bonus here, this could become a free throw contest down the way, but with a 6-point lead, you'd like to think that this free throw contest would end up well for the Bears. But with 48 seconds left, the Wolverines are going to foul. And the Bears they're not going to give them any easy buckets. They're going to make them earn it at the free throw line.
Montag drains the foul shot. Wolverine free throw shooting has improved here in the second half of the ball game as West Bend-Mallard gets set to check Houston Nielsen, the sophomore, in. Montag left it short. Noonan chases down the rebound, and they'll immediately foul Noonan and save time as he'll shoot 2.
Yeah, they're going to put the young man here, Nielsen, in to foul for sure. But now Coach Zaug probably wants him back on the bench because now he wants the scorers in there.
So that was foul number 1 going against Landon Montag. And now 47 seconds left for Ryan Noonan, who's a 61% free throw shooter. And he'll drill it. Noonan has looked good at the charity stripe tonight, and it's 73-67. Zaug heading towards the bench. And he'll be the guy they'll try to keep clean of fouls for the Wolverines. Nielsen, number 2 in the ball game, as we said. Noonan missed the second one. Offensive board, Aiden Hovey, and he'll get brought to the ground. Nielsen tried to steal it away, but that'll be a foul as he kind of dropped his weight on Hovey that time as he had him around the arm.
Boy, all night, these offensive rebounds off free throws have been shocking. Like, usually that's a gimme, but Hovey, great job elevated. I don't think I've ever seen him jump so high. Now he gets himself to the free throw line, and the free throw contest continues with a 6-point game.
Hovey sets it up, and that bounces everywhere except into the bucket as he missed the first one.
Back iron, front iron, backboard, no net.
Nielsen out, Montag in. The 2 fairs, Zaug, Stevens, Montag for West Bend-Mallard. And Hovey will try to split the pair. 6-point game right now with 44 seconds left. Garrigan trying for a total reversal tonight as Hovey swishes the second.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to be a done deal, but here the Bears are right back in this game, looking like they're going to get a victory.
Fair out to Stevens, and Hovey with the reach-in foul with 36 seconds left. And like you said, a free throw contest is upcoming in 2 more free throws here.
Yeah, the free throw contest continues. 37 seconds left in the game, and a 7-point lead by Bishop Garrigan after Hovey made that free throw. But he's going to come out to the bench because that is his 5th foul. And he's done for the evening. And Drew Moeller is going to come in the game because he's pretty good at free throw contests.
So at the free throw line, Mitch Stevens. And he'll drain the first one. 11 points for the junior Stevens.
Now it should be noted that this first half was relatively foul-free. No one anywhere in foul trouble in that first half. But as we say, these tournament games get intense.
Stevens again, and there's another swish. 74-69, and a full timeout called by Coach Zaug. We'll take it right with him on Hometown Radio KLGA and at the Algona Radio YouTube live stream as Garrigan leads West Bend-Mallard by 5.
In our world today, do you often feel like no one's listening anymore? Calling a business means talking to a machine. Websites don't list phone numbers. If you're like me, I often feel this way. Hi, I'm Jim Black, an agent at PMC Advantage Insurance Services in Algona. At PMC Advantage, we will have a real person on the phone to talk to you. Face-to-face communication is not out of style. We can help make important decisions to protect what you have worked so hard for. We want to get to know you, so please stop by our offices in Algona, Burt, West Bend, Corwith, Sway City, or Garner for a good old one-on-one conversation. PMC Advantage Insurance Services, a Pharmacist Mutual Insurance Company.
The physical therapy team at Kossuth Regional Health Center is ready for you this season. No one wants to battle pain or injury at any time during their athletics career. We specialize in the prevention and treatment of athletic injuries. Working closely with the doctors and healthcare staff, we take a team approach to create a plan personalized for you. Whether you want to ease the pain, prevent a sports injury, or recover from one, the experts at CareHC are here to help. Best of luck to all area athletes this season. We'll be cheering for you.
Bishop Garrigan facing the full court press coming out of the timeout. Fogarty gets it up ahead to Mallard behind the defense. He stumbles, he collects himself, deals to Noonan, and the foul before Noonan laid it in. They fouled Mallard with 33 seconds left, and a 74-69 Garrigan lead.
Ho, ho, ho. Bear fans are breathing deep. Drew Muller may have gotten away with a travel there, but it was happening so fast on the long pass, I don't think any of the officials saw it. And that's a huge break for the Bears as Muller goes to the line, an excellent free throw shooter.
And Muller swishes on the first one. About a 61% free throw shooter, making it 75-69. Nielsen to the bench, Zaug back in for West Bend-Mallard. 33 seconds left. It's been Drew Fogarty leading the way with 30 points tonight for Garrigan. West Bend-Mallard with 6 players in double-figure scoring. And there's a swish by Muller. 76-69, Wolverines have to go fast. Montag to Zaug with 30 seconds. Zaug into the lane, scoops it up. It bounces off the heel. Rebound is loose, picked up by Max Fair. Rises for a 3, missed it. Sam Fair tried to get the rebound, but he couldn't. And now he'll have to foul Grand Jeanette and knock him down with 20 seconds left.
And that is not the guy you want to foul. All guys on the floor right now for the Bears are solid free throw shooters. And time is ticking down for the Wolverines, who played just a fantastic first half. And then the Bears came out and played a whale of a second half. What a game.
Well, there's some smiles and high fives on the Garrigan side yet, and a 76-69 lead. Grand Jeanette 2 free throws here would go a long way towards removing any doubt of this outcome. Golden Bears will have everyone dropped back, not allowing any quick buckets after the second Grand Jeanette free throw as he drains the first one, 77-69. Well, Beanie, they've had struggles closing games all season long, but maybe they figured it out once the playoffs have rolled around.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, maybe they're really taking it seriously tonight, but they have played a lot of close games, and not all of them have turned out well for the Bears.
Grand Jeanette again, and he got it again. 11 points by Grand Jeanette, 78-69, and a foul by Noonan. Tried to jump the pass and get it away from Stevens, and once again, West Bend-Mallard will head back down for 2 free throws.
Yeah, well, the game is likely out of reach with a 9-point lead, but you don't want to foul there if you're Ryan Noonan, as that's just going to let West Bend shoot free throws here with the clock stopped, a chance to cut that lead.
Stevens again looking comfortable at the foul line. And the first one rattles out. Score stays 78-69. Should Garrigan hang on, they will play on Thursday night against either North Iowa or Mason City Newman. Garrigan, of course, did play Newman earlier this season. And the second free throw is missed. It's tapped up in the air and taken by Sam Fair. Out to Montag, rises for 3, left it short. The tip up by Fair missed. The second tip misses. The follow is up and it is in. Sam Fair got it. He has 12. 8 seconds left. Up to Schwab. Schwab catches, gets it up ahead to Noonan. He'll lay it up and he'll lay it in. And that is the exclamation point as the final buzzer sounds. 80-71 Bishop Garrigan. They storm all the way back and they steal this first round playoff game from the West Bend-Mallard Wolverines. Down by double digits, struggling throughout the first half. They slammed on the gas in the second half, coming all the way back and finally closing out a close one in their home gymnasium. Golden Bears will play on Thursday night as we'll take a timeout. Wrap it up next on Hometown Radio KLGA and at the Algona Radio YouTube live stream.
Sports coverage on Hometown and Home Country Radio, brought to you by
Lance and Tracy Ludwig, your Channel Seat dealer in Wesley.
Wearspan Chiropractic and Massage.
J&J Custom Meats located in Whittemore.
Wine and Spirit Shop, locally owned at 111 South Phillip Street.
Fairway Meat and Grocery. Everything's easier, fresher, and faster with Algona Fairway.
Mansky Farm Drainage, providing top quality professional service to the area since 1969.
Rothler Electric. Don't be left in the dark. Call 295-7117 today.
Murphy Realty and Management.
All bringing you this postseason basketball action on the radio. Welcome to Premier Pizza, the place to go when you're looking for delicious pizza and Mexican selections, all in a fun, casual, and accommodating setting. They want to thank their customers for coming to their restaurant in the best way they know how, by making sure that your experience there is the best it can possibly be. They never forget that each person has a choice in where to dine and feel privileged each time you choose Premier. Come by Premier Pizza and prepare to be amazed.
More sponsors bringing you this tournament broadcast.
Stone & Steel, offering top-of-the-line customer service for your next countertop remodel or new home build.
Emeralds, featuring your favorite steaks and seafood, a great salad bar, and more.
Good Samaritan Society of Algona, senior housing and services rooted in God's love.
Schindler Lawn Care and Landscaping, 515-320-3840 or schindlerlawncare@gmail.com.
Marceau's Golden Harvest Seed Sales, Jim Marceau.
Algona Dairy Queen. Enjoy your favorite DQ treats. They're open for the season.
Semco International, matting by design.
All boosters bringing you this broadcast. Sports Boosters bringing you this tournament broadcast.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. Agents Dave Beisch, Jason Brace, Daniel Foth, and Michael Toll.
The Water Connection, from softeners to bottled water and service. Call 295-SOFT.
Dance Connection by Michelle, passionate about teaching, creative about dance.
Redding Gravel and Excavating, serving Algona and the surrounding area since 1948.
Johnny's Bar and Grill in Wesley, all you can eat roasted chicken on Tuesday nights.
Baskey Sales and Service of Bancroft.
Bob Becker Construction and Wesley Lumber.
Central Financial Services, where you belong.
All bringing you this game on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
At Kemna Auto Center, they understand that you have no shortage of options when it comes to purchasing or servicing your car. They're your hometown dealer for new GM, Ford, and Chrysler makes and models. Plus, they also offer an extensive selection of pre-owned vehicles. Serving you with a dedicated sales and finance team, along with world-class service technicians that are passionate about keeping your ride in top shape. Visit their showrooms today for an experience you deserve. Kemna Auto Center in Algona.
Well, the playoffs are here, ladies and gentlemen, and they came in with a bang. A wild game from the Bishop Garrigan High School Gymnasium tonight as the Golden Bears storm back to defeat the West Bend-Mallard Wolverines by a final score of 80-71. I'm Tyler Lance, my partner's Beanie Bodie. We'll take a quick look at the final numbers for tonight's game and then break it all down. Scoring by quarter looked like this. West Bend-Mallard jumped out big in the first half. They took a 19-10 lead after the first quarter. Wolverines had a 19-18 scoring advantage in the second quarter to take a 10-point lead into halftime. In the third quarter, Bishop Garrigan started to turn it around. They had a 19-10 scoring advantage, getting their deficit down to 1 point by the time the fourth quarter rolled around. And in the final quarter, it was 33-23 Bishop Garrigan as they end up getting that 80-71 victory. Overall, in the second half, Bishop Garrigan outscored West Bend-Mallard 51-33. Individual scoring looked like this. Drew Fogarty led the way with 30 points tonight for the Golden Bears. Logan Nemers had 15, Jack Rangen had 11, and Carter Schwab with 9, along with Ryan Noonan scoring 8. West Bend-Mallard, perfectly balanced scoring pretty much. Noah Gerber with 13, Max Fair, Sam Fair, Mitch Stevens, and Jackson Zaug all had 12, and Landon Montag with 10. Well, Beanie, where do you even start with this ball game?
Oh, boy, these playoff games are always wild and crazy because everyone's backs are up against the wall and no one wants to go down and end the season. I always hate to see any team lose in these tournament games, but someone has to go home. And their reward of the winner is they get to go play Mason City Newman, who's going to be highly favored against either of these teams that would have won. But no one wants to lose this game here inside the Bishop Garrigan gym tonight. And West Bend-Mallard Wolverines are the team that's going to have to go home frustrated. Boy, did they play a whale of a first half. Rained in three-pointers down. Totally blitzed the Bishop Garrigan Golden Bears. Looked like they were going to run away with this game. And the Bears looked like they were going to cower. But in the second half, They came out completely different team. The third quarter's been great for the Bishop Garrigan Bears all season, and they came out, really turned up the pressure. And Andrew Fogarty, we've got to mention that young man's name. He's always playing hard, but he seems to play his best against West Bend-Mallard over the years. He always plays good against the Wolverines in all the sports, baseball, football, and tonight it was basketball, scoring 30 points. And when he came out that third quarter, he was at a mild 17 points, and then he got hot. And if West Bend would have really covered him there with one of their fine athletes, it might have changed the game. But he got open for a couple three-point shots, sunk them, and the momentum completely went on the Bishop Garrigan behalf. And then the rim got a lot smaller for the Wolverines. They had looks at the basket, but a lot of them didn't go in. And then, like we always expect, you know, the pressure goes up, and both teams deal with pressure in different ways. But Wolverines, I felt, went to that three-point shot a lot during the fourth quarter when they got behind. And I think with the Fairs and their athletic ability, as right now they're on the floor post-game throwing down some dunks, I think they could have continued to go inside on the Bears and had some success with that. But hindsight's 20/20, and losing teams always have to look at what they could have, should have, would have done. And the Bears get to go on and play Mason City Newman on Thursday.
West Bend-Mallard had a lot of success shooting three-pointers early in the ball game, but they maybe went to the well a few too many times in the second half. Like you said, the Fairs, incredibly athletic, and it'll be unfortunate that we won't get to see them on the high school sports field anymore, whether it would be football or basketball. Those are two wonderful athletes who will be graduating from West Bend-Mallard High School. Meanwhile, for the Bears, I think a big question all year long is, how do you use Drew Fogarty and maximize his abilities? Because he's a great rebounder, he can pop the three occasionally, and he can play down on the post. And tonight, the Golden Bears really said, we're doing all three. We're having Fogarty rebound. He'll get down on the post, he'll get physical in the paint, but we'll give him the occasional corner three. And man, those two three-pointers Fogarty hit in the fourth quarter, those electrified the crowd and really gave Bishop Garrigan momentum that they would not relinquish.
Yeah, he was flowing. He wasn't going to miss there. Just getting the ball anywhere you could. I was trying to throw him the ball from up here. He was just having a great game, and you like to celebrate players when they have these great games. And boy, Garrigan really, really needed Fogarty tonight because it was looking pretty rough there for a while. Trying to get any sort of offense going was pretty tough to come by, and that's because of the good West Bend-Mallard athleticism and defense. But also, some of the best offense from the Bears came out of offensive rebounds. How many offensive rebounds did both these teams get? It was an all-out battle tonight on the rebounding. I would not have liked to be an official in this game because if you were in the lane, there was going to be all the physicality of a football game without the pads.
Well, one thing that I talked about with Coach Meister before tonight's game, one thing he really said was he felt Garrigan was better than their record, and part of that is just all the close games they lost early throughout the season. This is the 8th game decided by single digits that Bishop Garrigan has been involved in. They are now 3-5 in those games, and certainly we waited a long time for this matchup. We hadn't seen it since 2016 on the hardwood, and it lived up to all the hype. Great crowd tonight, huge fan support from both sides, intense battle, neither team willing to give an inch in this first-round playoff matchup. All the great sports cliches could apply to this one, but ultimately Garrigan will play on Thursday night against either Mason City Newman or North Iowa, whoever ended up winning that game tonight. So we'll have at least one more game of Garrigan basketball action to bring you this season here on Hometown Radio, and it's been a fun ride for the boys. It's been a roller coaster ride at times, but boy, a great playoff win tonight by the Golden Bears.
Yeah, and I know Bishop Garrigan boys, I think they feel like they're a tournament team. They're going to be a tough out. Like you saw them play a whale of a second half. If they play that well all the time and people get hot and we play hard defense and the press is tough, like they're a very hard team to beat. They can beat themselves, but they're going to be a hard team for another team to beat when they're playing well. We've seen both Mason City Newman and North Iowa this year. If you're a Bishop Garrigan Bear fan, North Iowa very recently. It was a very good game here in the Bishop Garrigan gym, but North Iowa has a nice, solid team. Newman would be the predicted winner there at the top of the bracket and the #1 seed. And Garrigan played them very close at the beginning of the season for a half. We'll call it almost 3 quarters, and then Newman pulled away in the fourth quarter. But Garrigan should have a lot of confidence coming out of this game. I'll tell you what, Tyler, I didn't sense a lot of confidence in the Bishop Garrigan players, both in the hallways at school today, nor when the game started. And I was kind of worried they were going to go out of the season with a whimper. But now that they have this big win, they're probably in the locker room right now feeling very confident, and I expect that to carry over into their next contest on Thursday.
So this one is going to hurt for West Bend-Mallard. They had Garrigan on the ropes early, but could not put the Golden Bears away in the second half as Bishop Garrigan scored 51 second-half points, and they win this one 80-71. The 4th game this season where Bishop Garrigan has scored 80-plus points. So Golden Bears will play again on Thursday night. Opponent TBD, likely Mason City Newman, but we'll let that play out on the basketball court. Meanwhile, don't forget, tune in tomorrow night. We'll have Bishop Garrigan girls basketball here on Hometown Radio, KLGA, and the Algona Radio YouTube stream as the Garrigan girls will play the GTRA Titans starting at 7 o'clock. Well, big thank you to all our video streaming sponsors. Those include Algona State Farm Insurance agent Billy Offerman, Algona Municipal Utilities, where they are community-owned for community benefit, High Endeavors, proud supporter of Bishop Garrigan Athletics, and Chemna Auto Center, where it's not just about the car, it's about the care. This has been a Hometown Radio KLGA sports production. Once again, final score, Bishop Garrigan 80, West Bend